Welcome to the Class is Permanent podcast. Today is Monday, June 15th. We have episode 54 ahead of you, and we have an awesome one. The World Cup is underway. We've had some bangers of games. We have some more bangers loading up this week as well. Super exciting announcement here with a new co-host to the podcast. The Knicks 1-5. Knicks in 5. Knicks in 5. Let's get into it. Away we go.
Class is permanent! Hey, 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 hey. Form is temporary! Hey, 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 hey. Form is temporary!
Knicks in 5. Knicks in 5. We are back. We're now doing Mondays, so we hope that if you're on your commute to the city, you're on your commute to work, you could sit back, enjoy your favorite podcast. We were doing it on Tuesdays, but, we figured, hey, let's put it on Mondays. Mondays are a bad day. Pucc is throwing up the Brunson 3. Before I even get to Mr. Pucc, I am very, very excited to welcome on. You guys heard his beautiful voice last week, our newest full-time addition to the podcast, Mr. Andriy Harubi.
Thank you. Genuinely is an honor. I'd like to congratulate you lads on having over 50 amazing episodes, getting this thing off the ground and running. I think there's a ton of amazing content already, but I'm happy to jump in here and kind of try to push this things to the new level. And of course, from our Chelsea listeners, I am finally behind enemy lines. So if there's anything specific you want to see, whether it's career mode rebuild, tactical breakdowns of transfers, just let me know. This is no longer a North London only podcast. And in honor of Alexi Lawless, James Cordone, I have gone full kit wanker on the podcast. It's been an honor to play for the club, and now I'm on the podcast. Thank you, boys.
Yes, sir. We are very excited to welcome Rubes here full time. He brings probably the most passion I've ever seen out of anybody for anything. But more than that, a third voice. Me and Pucc love each other, but you guys have probably heard us at times just say, yeah, I'm not going to argue with you. So we need someone that will argue with us. And I think at times Harubi will. This podcast is essentially just our group chat minus one. Unfortunately, he has decided that his job is more important than us. Not talking even about Owen this time, by the way. But Mr. I don't even know what to call you anymore, Pucc. I've run out of things. Mr. Free Will, Daniel Capucci, is also joined here. How are we, Pucc?
I was good up until I think we made a grave mistake with Harubi talking how much Chelsea he may put into this podcast. And now I'm thinking that decision might be a bad one to add him.
Well, I think Ethan almost brought up a good point before we were on the show that, it could be cool where we all have our own individual accounts, kind of like some other podcasts do. And I don't have to overflood these specific podcasts with Chelsea content, but I do think it'll be good to even out things a little bit and balance it out.
Yeah, well, we have a special Chelsea segment today that we'll get to, hopefully. So we'll get there. This is not another bit where we're going to push it off for weeks. We know some people were not happy about that. Probably 50% of our listener base, our regular listeners, are Chelsea fans. Bringing Harubi on is terrific. The only problem is we've probably lost a listener now because none of us listen back to our own voices. I mean, Harubi, if you want to continue to listen, feel free. But
I listened back to the last one because I had to hear what I sounded like.
It's so funny. I'll be places and people put it on just to fuck with me. And I'm like, I don't want to hear this.
I hate it.
But
I do like the celebrity perks. Like, it was nice kind of going into this city this week. Everyone's like, no way. Like, it was so cool hearing you on Class is Permanent. Let me buy you a drink. Can I please take a selfie with you? So definitely feel like a B-list celebrity here now in Jersey.
100%. I mean, the pod has gone global. We have 110 followers. We have 4 new followers from Scotland. My Tartan Army lads, Owen, Daniel.
Scotland.
No party. No Scotland. No party. I can't believe we fucked it that bad. No, terrific sports weekend for those, especially here in the New York City area, like we are. The Knicks win in 5. Transparently, a lot of people, even Katie, has asked me, and she's like, of your teams, I know you've liked the Knicks, but I didn't really know you liked the Knicks. And I told her, I was like, growing up, the Knicks were so bad that like it just built such like a wall where it was like, who cares, man? Like in like the mellow years, of course, I was watching and I was dialed in, but then there was a couple of years there where I'm cheering for Alonzo Trier, and I'm like, this guy could be a legitimate too. Like, this guy's a shooter.
You're cheering for Lou Armisen.
Yeah, I mean, like, and listen, it was just one of those things that I got so frustrated to watch, so difficult. I have done, Ruby mentioned some career mode rebuilds for Chelsea. I have done almost every year a 2K rebuild of the Knicks. I always win the chip. So to see it come to fruition was like one of the craziest things. Like the 53 years, I was in the city for it, and like I have never seen New York City #1 so unified, but also like you have with the World Cup with just foreign fans walking around. You have people celebrating. Today was the Puerto Rican Day Parade. So I left my buddy Declan, shout out to him for hosting. We left his apartment. We were trying to get down to the NBA store to go grab some merch. I got myself a tough one. Harubi, where's your Sixer shirt? I asked you to wear your Sixer championship shirt.
My clown costume is actually in the washer dryer still. So
your
maybe
Joel
next
Embiid
season.
costume. Yeah, we went down there, and all of a sudden we just see like a ton of Puerto Rican like flags. Which, listen, it happens in New York, right? That's not something that's new to see. And then all of a sudden we just see the parade, and I was like, holy shit, the city's gonna burn down.
I think was one of the Knicks players in
Alvarado.
the parade. Yeah.
Yeah. So they flew home. I think they got home today. I don't know, maybe around like 1 or 2 p.m. And I think he was on like in the parade on the float with Mamdani at like 3:30. And when we saw it, all of us were joking. It's like, Alvarado, he may have taken a separate flight from the team. His ass wants to be flying down. I think they were on Broadway or something like that, on that. But one of the most insane nights of my life. We went to the bar at 8:30, and I remember I was laying on his couch going to bed at 4:30 in the morning. And I honestly could have just kept going. I could have just went back outside. It was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, you'll literally never forget it. I think I was telling you guys right before this that I feel like being in the city the day of the celebration almost tops the parade because of how organic it is. And because you're just off of that high of winning, it's a little crazier. For the parade, you get a little bit more families, mix of different people. The night you win, you get all the crazies out there. And definitely San Antonio Tottenham Hotspurs choked in a very San Antonio Tottenham Hotspurs fashion, where I think in every game they were leading pretty much, and
they were.
It was just the Knicks year.
The Knicks led in 23% of the series. That's it, and they won.
That's absurd.
Absurd. I mean, the craziest part, I was telling my dad this, was in the bar. There was points where guys were like, "Come on, like let's go, like let's cut the lead down," but no one left the bar. Yeah. There was no sense of like, we're not going to win this game. If anything, the later the game went, people were like, oh yeah, we're going to win this. And everyone's like, all right, we're down to 6. Come on, just hit us the rate. Like, it almost felt like, again, like I'm playing a video game, and it's like, I know like how to kind of like spam to win. And it was just like, all right, just cut it down. They're going to show, come on. And then they won. And it was just the loudest I think I've ever heard in my life, that bar. It was like ear piercing. People are jumping. I was up on a second floor, and I thought it was going to fall. There was glasses flying. Someone threw up on the floor, and we were just skating through. I think it was syrup. They could have shit themselves, and I wouldn't even blame them. One of the most insane nights of my life. You leave the bar, and I was telling you guys before this, it was literally like the F1 movie meme where what's his name? Javier. Is that the
Don Barderas?
Yeah, everyone knows who we're talking about. The guy that's supposed to be like the owner of the team is like walking through, the fireworks are going off. We walk out of the bar. They're funneling us towards 42nd Street. And you look to the right where 42nd Street was, and it was like a zombie movie. Helicopters above, and there's people climbing on the buses. And cops are lined shoulder to shoulder, like, go, go, go. And I'm like, holy, like, it felt like a war zone. You get on a 42nd, people are getting on tops of buses, people are climbing up onto the LED boards, climbing up scaffolding to get up there, and then all of a sudden you'll just see people scatter, and I'm like, fuck, someone brought a gun. All of a sudden, firework just goes off. And you're like, what the fuck? Spider-Man is walking through. There's multiple people in full Spider-Man kits. There's people wearing, I have a picture of a Morocco guy, or a guy wearing a Moroccan jersey, and he's just standing with a bunch of New York fans. He's like, I love the Knicks. I love the Knicks. And it's like so clearly.
See, I could be such a hater, but that's just such peak championship celebrations. Like, you have to give credit where credit is due, and New York City is a sports city.
What I was explaining to some of my cousins in Spain too, is they're like, oh, like, I know it was a long time, but like, why is it such a big deal? And it's really the only team that actually unites the whole city. In every sport, we have 2 teams or 3. Brooklyn is
kind
there.
of funny, yeah, that you guys just disregard Brooklyn. I've heard a lot of people say that, and I'm like, well, I know Suds is a Brooklyn fan, like Kyle Hansel.
Well, here's the thing is, like, obviously Brooklyn started as the New Jersey Nets.
That's true.
Like, and I mean, myself, even growing up, like, I used to have a Vince Carter Nets jersey. I loved Vince Carter when he was
I
on
feel
the
like every kid in Jersey did. I had one.
Yeah, I loved Vince Carter. But at the end of the day, like, we were Knicks fans. Like, my dad was a Knicks fan. We were Knicks fans. So when they moved to Brooklyn, I remember a lot of Nets fans just stayed with them. But so many people were just like, well, I'm just going to root for the Knicks now. Like, who gives a fuck? And on top of it, too, is if you were living in New York before the Nets, like, Brooklyn was also a Knicks city. You know, like Brooklyn was like a prime
Now
Knicks
it makes
area.
sense. It was New Jersey team, so when you say it's a one-team city, like a lot of people grew up, it was literally just the Knicks. There wasn't the Nets.
And I get it. Like, maybe if you when they moved to Brooklyn, if you were like living in Brooklyn, you're like, you know what? Like, there's a team in my borough. Like, this is gonna be my team. Understandable. But like, New York is a Knicks city. I mean, the Rangers and I guess you'd say like the Islanders kind of split the city a bit, and maybe the Devils for like New Jersey, but the Rangers and Islanders, but like Yankees, Mets splits the city, Giants, Jets splits the city. Like, all these teams, maybe I said Yankees, Mets. All these teams split the city, but like everyone just wants to see the Knicks do well. And like 53 years, like I never ever thought the Knicks would win. I just like we were cursed. We're like the Jets. The Jets winning
50-year range is astronomical.
You're
gonna have a starved city. It's the hungry dogs.
100%. I mean, like, putting into footy terms, right? Like, it would be probably like Leeds winning the Prem, a team that's kind of been tricky, but like a one-team city that like is obsessed. I mean, I even thought maybe a little bit of Spurs, where like Tottenham, like where. But the problem is
Chelsea
like,
had a 50-year gap between Prems.
Yeah. I mean, just trying to think of like one team cities kind of type of deal where like the entire city. The problem with soccer is they don't really play other sports over there, so there's no like splitting. Like, everyone's a fan anyway. But it was insane. It was insane. Everyone. What's funny too is you probably saw videos, as chaotic as it was, extremely orderly. Like, there wasn't fights. There wasn't like, I never felt in danger. People were on the buses, which was like a little crazy, but it felt very just like, all right, like everyone's having a good time. There was some music playing. We were walking through. The only thing that like made me worried a little bit is just the fireworks going off, because these were not scheduled fireworks. These were dudes, like, you would just see people run and the firework would shoot off like a mortar in front of you. And you're like, whoa, they're bouncing. The fireworks were bouncing off buildings in between. Like, you're just like, what the fuck am I?
Are you sure JPP wasn't in charge of those?
No, because they went off correctly.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Terry, what about Terry? Back it up, Terry.
Terry probably was involved, because let me tell you something. Terry was okay.
Have you considered also that the Knicks technically, in a very European fashion, have won the double?
They have won the double.
And the NBA championship, which is something maybe new for American culture. Maybe people didn't really care about the cup originally, but I'm sure 10, 15 years down the line from now, people are going to try to pull that up in arguments to be like, hey, you know, we're one of the only teams who have won the double, or the only team who have won the double. Kind of a new concept here.
That is, well,
first team in history to win the double, too.
Well, you know what that means, though? There's also a first team in history to lose the double. The Spurs lost both, so they've lost the double.
Oh my, I didn't even realize that.
They lost both.
Oh, dude, that is very Tottenham, actually. Too.
Yeah. I was really hoping we'd avoid that, but I saw no Spurs fans. There was one guy that came up to us at the end of the night, very respectful. He's like, Knicks in 5, right? And we're like, yeah. And he's like, all right, bet. I'm a Spurs fan. I was like, I don't know why you get like, okay. And he was,
get him, boys.
Yeah. I was like, okay. There was a guy who was wearing a Celtics polo, and he was petrified. He walked out. If you're on the YouTube, you see it, he was holding the logo, a green striped polo, holding the logo. And I saw him, and I was like, dude, like, I'd really take that off if I were you. Like, they're not going to bother you because it's Spurs, but at the same time, like, you don't need like an idiot just to like pick someone out of the crowd. And he was like, I'm like scared. And I was like, but why did you put that on today?
Yeah.
Why did that make sense?
I'm okay with going to those, like, people are afraid to go to the unsafe New York City celebrations, whatever. I have no issue with that. Like, go to Philly, go to New York, go party, but like, don't be an idiot. Don't wear the rival team colors in the city.
And like, he was like, I appreciate you guys being like friendly. I'm like, yeah, like, I mean, we're not like, you celebrate your team, right? Your goal is to celebrate your team. I don't like, we used to talk about this, like, even in our fraternity, like when I recruited, I was like, you never talk negative about another fraternity. right? Your job is to push yourself up, not like I shouldn't be getting you because I'm pushing
Don't
someone else down.
disparage the competition.
Right. So yeah, like you listen, you're gonna do a fuck Wemby chant, all that shit, right? Fuck the Spurs, but like we are celebrating our success. So that you shouldn't be going and creating like violence against someone against another team. Like that's not celebrating your success. But
I'll say something too, where it's like, because this happened at the Arsenal like celebrations, where like Man United fans were just showing up in Man United jerseys, and it's
yeah,
like
why?
you're just trying to cause a scene at that point. Going like, I get it, like you should feel safe to walk around in
Yeah.
like a Spurs
United
jersey.
Trey, we sought you out there.
Yeah, yeah. But like you should feel safe to walk around in a San Antonio Spurs jersey in New
Yeah.
York City. But at the same time, like it's not like it's the first time it's happened. Like you've seen a week of like just kind of crazy like fans beating up people in those jerseys. So don't show up on the night that they win it wearing it. Like
Yeah.
if you do, like bring a sweatshirt and put a sweatshirt over it, or bring a jacket and put a jacket. Like there has to be a little bit of common sense too, being like all it takes is one person to just throw a punch, and next thing you know, 15
Exactly.
people feel like there's no cops around, so I'm not gonna get caught.
Well,
Like
that's what I was talking about. Like as we were walking down 42nd, where I'm gonna get like, listen, at the end of the day, I think all things considered, right? Like, you know, this at least myself, right? Like probably don't give the cops enough credit. In this case, NYPD was incredible. It was like you felt like contained and you felt like it was managed, but you didn't feel restricted whatsoever. Like you didn't feel like you had cops like breathing down your neck. It was like they kind of patrolled, they kept it. People were
Good
fist
week
bumping.
for cops PR. We got that cop in Boston
Yes.
juggling with the Scottish
Scott.
fans, and now E's giving them a lot of credit in the city.
Dude, they were like super friendly, super helpful. They were like, "Hey, go down that way," and like there was rules, but it felt like I honestly kind of feared after the game a little bit. I was like, all right, like I need to stay with my friend. I need to avoid like craziness. I don't need to be in the middle of something crazy because I'm just walking through. It just didn't feel unsafe. You know, again, fireworks are a little unsafe, right? But like it felt very safe. Cops did a great job, and I forget where I was going with that, but yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things where like it was just so well done. We walked from 42nd Street down to Radio City Music Hall, which I don't even know why we went that way. We went that way. Then from there, we ended up going through Central Park. Not a soul in Central Park. The most eerie thing, but one of the most beautiful things of my life. Not a single person in Central Park. We were just walking, drinking a beer.
Yeah, I guess because the cops are somehow funneling people out to other
Yeah.
places.
They did such a good job of like funneling people places. And then we went like every bar. I think the city closes down like bars at 2:30. We was like 3:34 in the morning and the bars were pumping. And it's like, there's no cop that's going to walk in here and be like, all right, guys, time to shut it down. Like,
well, I think Hochul also extended bars till 4 a.m. in New York City for the World Cup. So
that's
it's
awesome.
That was part of
that.
it. Yeah. So when you said like was out till 3, like I'm sure too, at the end of the day, like you said, no cop is going to be like, well, I have this pressing issue of going to a bar on 110th and
right
48 or whatever it is, 6th Ave to shut down a bar right now. Like they got more pressing issues.
100%, 100%. And it was funny. You saw a little bit of like stupid shit like going on around the city, but it was like every cop you spoke to, you'd fist bump them, and they were Knicks fans. So it's like they were just happy. They're like, let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. People were taking pictures with the cops. So obviously it's unfortunate that a couple of them got injured and there were some arrests. But I was talking to my dad, like there were 63 arrests where you could be like, damn it. But at the same time, like if there's there was probably like 50 to 80,000 people out. It was that many people. There was everywhere. Like 63 arrests out of 80,000 people is pretty good, you know, especially that's the problem.
And you have to think like the people that got arrested are probably just like knuckleheads.
Yeah.
Like I saw like one person was like
they're whippersnappers.
Was on the top of like an Amazon, like the Amazon bike delivery guys. She was just sitting on top of his car and he was like, can you get off so I can like do my job? Like, and like she was like just sitting up there. The cops came by and she's like, I can't get off. The minute they helped get her off, immediately in handcuffs. And it's like you brought that on yourself. Like
it is so easy to not get arrested at these things. It is like so easy just to enjoy yourself and do nothing wrong. And so like if you did something wrong, like
They probably deserved it.
you intended to do something wrong. Like it's like even the guys on the bus, like none of them got arrested, and they were jumping on the bus, like jumping. There were some people.
Dude, I saw like a lady waiting inside the bus at first. So like people are posting online. They're like, "Lady, you're not getting to where you need to be. Like, just get off the bus." It was like not the school bus. It was like a public bus, and I was like, "That's so funny." I don't know if she's here for the World Cup or if she has no idea what's going on. There's three people on top of the bus, and she's just sitting inside.
That's kind of awesome. A lot of people are like, oh, like the buses weren't meant to be there. I totally think it was a masterstroke by like Mamdani. First off, so they were the World Cup buses, the shuttles. A lot of them were the school buses from the city. There is no way that if they didn't want those buses there, that they would have been like, well, the Knicks might win 30 minutes after you drop people off. So let's make sure we drop them off on 42nd Street where we're funneling it. Like, I think they did intentionally. They lined the middle to like kind of help disperse the crowd a little bit.
That's possible.
There's also the thing is they probably have like insurance on the buses, and we're like, you know what? They were like shitty school buses. They're like,
let them throw something to the wolves to distract them from the more prized assets.
Exactly. But it's also better to contain people or like to control people that way, because if you had all the people just walking around, like the cops can't do anything. They just have like mosh pits. I mean, it was a great time. We'll get into the footy. We went 20 minutes on the Knicks. One of the most insane nights of my life. I am so glad I went in and did it, because I was like, you know what? Maybe I won't. Like, it might get a little crazy. And I was like, this was fucking awesome. We're in a bar and people are just, some guy comes up to me, dousing him. He's like, we did it, brother. And the whole bar is wearing Knicks jerseys. And I'm like, what made you come up to me? You know what I mean? I was like, what made you look across the bar and be like, we did it. We did it. It's like, have you done that to everybody in the bar? Because I didn't make eye contact. He dapped me up. He just came up, tapped me on the shoulder. He's like, we did it, brother. And I was like, fuck yeah, man. I didn't play tonight, but you're right. We did it. We did it. We paid a lot of money to drink in the city. But that being said,
have you won every sports championship now? Like, let's not consider Tottenham. Like, have you won everything with Barca and every American sport?
Everything with Barca, Giants.
Rangers, maybe not.
Rangers are my only one left. Yeah, if I get the Rangers.
Spurs count. Spurs have to count.
No, Spurs count, but I just obviously
American sports. All I need is the Rangers. I've won everything in my life.
Yeah, he doesn't have a prem.
Yeah, well,
Rangers and a prem.
I was talking
about college football. What's your team?
Club World
You don't
Cup.
really have a team.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
my team
bounce around.
My team growing up was LSU. So, like, the 2019 one was, like, the year I probably dialed in the most. And it's funny, as I dialed in before the season. You could ask Gavin, you could ask Shelby.
No, I remember. I
was there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have, I don't have to ask anybody. Apartment. I was there.
We were making gumbo in your apartment.
Yeah.
So that one was cool. I remember in 2007 when they won. That's when I first liked LSU, because they had Tyrann Mathieu. It's like the Honey Badger, and like I thought that was awesome. Yeah. My brother went to Ohio State, so while he was there, like I was a fan of Ohio State. I guess I still am a bit. Like I prefer them over most. So we saw a national championship with them too. I think I was talking to Katie. I was talking to my dad about this separately. My dad's pretty much seen everything. He's even seen the Rangers. I was like, so what do you need left? And it's like, he said probably a USA World Cup would be really cool, because we've seen Spain. But I think, honestly, a Senior National Championship would, like, bring me to my knees. Like, that would probably be, like, tears of joy, like, burn a bus. You know?
And maybe classes permanent Sunday League Championship.
That's it. That's it right there. A CIP win over UCL Merchants. Oh, my days. It was right there. It was at our fingertips.
UCL Merchants, if you're listening, we're coming for you.
Unfortunately, I'm not anymore, but the boys are going to get it done. Listen, I was like the sacrificial lamb. I'm the last player that needed to be sacrificed for you guys to get an upgrade in, for you guys to get Jarek in and win the cup. And you know what? I'll take it.
What's like, I know there's examples of like players that didn't win as a player and then went on to be a coach or manager and did up winning. But I'm like, I don't know. The lights are bright right now. Who's the best example of that?
I mean, maybe not the best example, but there was the manager for the Argentinian team that won their first World Cup.
Scaloni.
He's talking about like 19.
First World Cup.
Yeah, like 1970 something, where he was like a player, but he was kind of like, he was on the Argentinian national team, like a starter, but like not great, like a Leandro Paredes in the modern day.
Mm-hmm.
And then he became the manager, and they like instantly won the first World Cup in like the first year that he was the manager.
This isn't a good one.
I have a good one. I just thought of it.
Doc Rivers is one. I just typed it in. Nick Sirianni is one.
I was
Tony
gonna
Dungy.
say Herb Brooks for USA Hockey.
Oh,
That's
Got
I like
cut
that.
from the team, didn't get to win the Olympics as a player, and then obviously as the coach got it done.
What about from a
But he
soccer
didn't
perspective?
play on
But
the
that's
team.
hard.
He didn't play on the team. That
True.
was the
For soccer, it's so tricky because as a player,
I
like
think
there's
the
so many championships
Argentinian
to win.
coach Scaloni did play for them.
he did, but I went
Yeah.
for even further back.
Yeah.
That's a really good question. That you know what? Let's leave it up to the followers. If you have a good one, submit it somewhere, maybe on an Instagram post, or if you know us, text us. Text in the group chat. But let's get into the World Cup footy. We had some amazing games this past weekend. Actually, before we get there, we did have some breaking news today. Harubi's Chelsea lad Cucurella has officially been confirmed to Madrid. Surprise deal. Came out of nowhere. He's obviously a La Masia boy. So that was a surprise to me. Harubi, just talk us through this. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say I have a couple thoughts. One, for Real Madrid's sake, does definitely seem like a Jose Mourinho type player, where he's more of a scrappy dog, work off the ball type player than just like necessarily all technical skill. So I do think he's a fit for Jose. As a Chelsea fan, I don't think he was maybe the most irreplaceable person in the team, but I do think we're already a team that lacks experience. We're a team that doesn't have a ton of leaders. And to again just sell somebody like who has done it with Spain, who finally does have experience and is a leader in the room, I think it is tough and a little bit worrisome to see, especially if some more leaders end up walking. Again, I really do like Hato. Interested to see how Xabi Alonso sets up the team to see if we go sign a pure wing back, if we just sign up a backup option. But had one of my favorite chants for Chelsea. Definitely was one of the big cult heroes. So definitely a little tough. And in my Chelsea chats, definitely, like even West Hansel were pretty beaten up about it. So that broke my heart even more.
He was a great player, but I agree with you. I think he really suits a back four. He obviously wanted to be in Spain again. He literally mentioned it. And I was thinking even maybe for Barca, because Balde hasn't played great or hasn't been up to the level they want. I was like, you know what? That would be like a true upgrade. But honestly, a good shout for you guys maybe at that like left wing back spot, left mid, depending. Because I think Xabi Alonso is going to play back three. You guys are set for a back three. Hato has the left center back. You pick your other two center backs. I know you have a couple. But like maybe Grimaldo. He wants to move away. Maybe that might
an
be
option.
A little bit older, but also like you guys are trying to win today, and he knows the system. He's going to play well.
Claim they're going to give Alonso the players they want. So if he says I want Grimaldo, I hope they go out and get Grimaldo. But
yeah,
we'll see. And I think obviously, you're a big Barca boy. You could tell Madrid. Mourinho came in and said, I need a better defense. They went and already got Dumfries, Cucurella, Konate. So that was clearly a priority for him. And Mourinho, when he comes in for big seasons, he has to have that backing. It's pretty interesting to see how that plays out.
Yeah, I mean, not to mention, right, obviously Cucurella, Chelsea versus Barca this year. Cucurella did a good job kind of locking up Lamine too. I think a little bit was also your guys' setup in the way that you guys made a very one-on-one game. But they literally looked, it's like, who's going to play him 2 times a year? And they got Cucurella, right? A player that they know
he's
can.
30 plus. Like he's still probably,
right.
Yeah, he's 27. His form dipped a little bit in the second half of the season, but on our team, whose form didn't dip, we were an absolute mess. So I definitely see him coming back strong. I could see him having a very strong World Cup and then bringing that form into the league.
It's going to suck so bad. It's a player, too, I was starting just to kind of like, because for a while I hated him, and I was like, you know what, like, I fuck with Cucurella, and now I'm just like, yeah, I hate you. You're such a scumbag.
All right, one last time for the Chelsea boys. Cucurella eats paella, drinks Estrella. His hair's fucking massive.
Great. I'm cutting that. What's the timestamp? I'm just kidding. Good stuff. Not too much news outside of that. Let's get into a World Cup recap. We're just going to fly through some of these games. We'll obviously spend a little more time on some of the others. First game that I had here was just Canada 1, Bosnia and Herzegovina 1. Canada, who was one of my teams that I was like really looking forward to watch. Jonathan David's ass. That dude is just ass, bro. He looked like, I don't want to say out of shape, but he looked like he couldn't move. And then you bring in Ali Ahmed, right? that was like the first footballer that Canada brought onto the actual field. Everyone else just looked like eh. And then you bring in Kyle Lauren. What a goal. I don't know if you guys saw that. The turn.
Yeah, it was nuts.
The turn, he hit it.
Shout out Sosa.
Shout out Sosa. That was the guy he first reported on back in the day. Incredible moment. But Bosnia and Herzegovina are just going to play the worst Haram ball you've ever seen. They are going just to throw balls into the big man in the box. That's all they want to do. And it makes sense. When you got the size, you got to.
Both fans were amazing in the build-up to that game,
Yes.
like marching to the stadium. I didn't know
Oh my
Canada
God.
had that in them, and then Bosnia, literally insane.
Did you guys see the intro with Michael Bublé? Okay.
No, I kind of.
I do like the Jordan music walk out for the teams. They
Yes.
play that Bulls music. That's
yes,
nice.
serious. Well, so the intro for it, they had Michael Bublé singing a song, but it was like Michael Bublé maybe like, all right, I thought like he'd probably be better as like national anthem singer. And like you need someone to bring like energy with like the opening song. And his song was like very soulful, but it felt very like he was paying a tribute, not like, I don't know, like all these like it's supposed to build hype. And so I was kind of like, what the fuck are we listening to here, man? It was
Canada's hell move.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know. And I was thinking about too, like who else is Canadian that could sing? I guess like Drake, but like they were not booking Drake for the intro,
No.
right? So I was like,
Trudeau.
get him and get
Shout out Trudeau.
Trudeau
Didn't
was at the
even show
USA
up.
game.
Yeah,
He
he
was-
went to the USA game.
Katy Perry really got him whiffed. But let's just jump into that
Pooch's
game.
hot take, by the way, for that is that Trudeau is the better looking person in the relationship.
I don't hate that take. I don't hate that take.
He's a handsome man.
He's a handsome man, former prime
And
minister.
Roman was fuming. He's like, well, I don't want to get political. No politics.
no politics. No politics. Yeah, it was the same exact way. We're just talking about Trudeau's looks and getting political.
No, but it was literally like I don't know. It's the same thing with like Justin Herbert. Like you see Justin Herbert and Madison Beer, and you're like, Justin Herbert's like the better one in that relationship.
Better looking or like the better, more
Dude,
talented?
6'6" has like $500 million in the bank, plays quarterback in the NFL.
All I'm going to say
Like,
here,
do you know
Pooch,
how many women would be out there?
It's
being
probably
like,
one of the more
yeah.
equal ones out there.
all I'm going to say to you,
Ooh, I
Pooch,
disagree.
as we move on to USA Paraguay, it's just happy Pride, man. That's all I'm going to say to you.
Damn, Ethan sees another man and he's like, ew, oh, all of them are so ugly. Oh,
my eyes.
You just-
my eyes.
You just found two different examples where you shouted out the male. You found two different examples where you shouted out the male.
You literally cannot recognize another male's like.
I recognize your
Just
attractiveness all
handsomeness?
the time, but I'm not out here just rating males for fun.
I'm not rating him. Did I say 1 through 10?
You had
1
two
through 10,
options
Trudeau.
off the top of
1
your
through
head.
10, Trudeau.
You had two options
No.
on the head. You're like, oh, like Herbert too, right? Yeah, like that was like your man crush Monday or
Herbert
something.
is.
Post it tomorrow. Post it today when the
Herbert
episode
is.
drops. Drop your man crush Monday.
I can't believe you're just dying on this hill where you're just like, no other guy is handsome.
I
Ugh.
recognize when men are handsome all the
You
time.
literally just did not.
I have never seen Ethan admit that another man is more handsome than himself.
Yeah.
He's always like,
Well,
that's
that's what I'm
okay. He's
saying.
no me.
You got to back.
He doesn't
yourself.
even say
You gotta
that.
back
He just
yourself.
goes, oh no, dude. Oh, a guy? Oh no, never.
I am one of the biggest allies there are. That's all I'm going to say.
I disagree very much.
I am a massive ally. I am the number one ally. If
Really.
if I'm the U.S., I am England to the allies.
I'm the U.S. I'm England to the
All right,
ally.
so
You're not a
USA
good ally. You're not a good ally then.
No, I know I fucked that one up. I was thinking like World
Yeah,
War II.
you're one of the
Fuck that
worst
one up.
allies.
I fucked that one up. That's on me.
You should have said you're England to the U. I
Why don't
know.
you
That's
write
a
it
tough
down and
one.
tell me
That's a
later?
tough one. That's a tough one. Oh wow.
Yeah, banger here for Ivory Coast. Amad Diallo, or was it Yan Diomande? I'm just
No, I
thinking.
think it was
It
Diallo.
was Diallo. Diomande was cooking before, by the way.
Dude, I was gonna mention
We are
that.
getting some late minute goals in this tournament.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was gonna mention that when we talk about this game.
The fans.
Like I'm guessing later in the episode because it's now the 90th minute. But Diomande might be the first player from the Bundesliga where he may actually be worth that 100 mil.
Yeah, he's a baller. And dude, he just here in the States playing at a high school. Like,
Which
so
is
stupid.
insane.
Imagine you finish algebra, now you got to go play Yan Diomande. You're just like, who the fuck is this guy? And he just cooks you.
He must have been so rapid compared to those high school players.
Dude, you know what's funny too is like, I mean, we've all like played high school soccer. It is like so not about technical skill. It's just all about pace and power. Where number one, he probably cooked, but he also probably was playing against some guys that kind of stopped him too. Like some
great finish.
Yeah, really good finish from Diallo.
Almost
there.
Reminds me of Somerville, where it's just either dinking that post or tucking it in.
The coach is going nuts.
Oh, 100%. All right.
Coach Limbs.
Let's get in then real quick to the USA versus Paraguay game.
Awesome We're winning it all. Soccer's coming home.
It's coming back to New York. It's coming back to the States. USA 4, Paraguay 1. I watched this game in a bar with a bunch of friends and a bunch of Scots. First off, I was scared to take them to the bar. So for those that don't know, I found a bunch of Scottish people at the train station on my way into New York City. And two of them were going to go see Martin Garrix, which Martin Garrix brought Ed Sheeran. Awesome concert. They also asked me, do you know Ed Sheeran? It's like, yes, fairly well. Attractive guy. You're welcome, Pucc. But I took two of them to the bar.
You're the one that started that whole.
You started all that.
I did not. I actually did not. Ruby did. Ruby did actually.
Ruby did. He's already throwing Tim Vereen into the fire. But I was very anxious to bring him to the bar because these are like proper Scottish, like came from Dundee, and I'm like, these dudes, like, I really hope in the bar we're taking them to is like rowdy, because if they're just like, they're gonna be like, this is fucking sick, like sucks. If it's just like a quiet bar. We walk in, place is packed, all USA jerseys. They looked at me because there's TVs everywhere, and they're like, this is incredible. I guess they just don't have that there. They loved the USA chants. They were like losing their minds. But the best thing was like, in this game for me, obviously we could talk about the goals, we could talk about Balogun balling out. Just the way, I don't think I've ever seen the US move the ball and play like rotations and like this fluid style in my life. And yes, Paraguay is obviously a weaker opponent, but usually against weaker opponents, we'll score with pace and power.
First half or best USA World Cup game I've seen ever performance-wise.
Ever. Oh, it was incredible. I mean, the boys were flowing. Gio Reyna getting the goal at the end. Oh, my days. Just poetic storylines. I was anxious coming in. We talked about it a lot on the pod. I was anxious coming into the World Cup. Pochettino, like, I knew he wanted to play front foot footy, but I like, he hasn't
People started doubting this generation a little bit, and we didn't really see them all play together in the build-up.
Yep.
So I think this is kind of like what we've all been expecting or hoping for the last 4 years, that kind of performance.
It was insane. It was fluid footy from start to finish. Anthony Robinson looked amazing. Chris Richards, thank God we have Tim Ream in like the 85th minute, tracking someone down and beating him in a foot race. Like, what the hell are we got going on here?
Pulisic on the left is a different type of demon. Dest was beating his man.
Yeah.
I love that midfield trio we have.
Yep. I mean, Dest, like, that's his perfect position. Like, Dest is like a proper like right midfielder. He's not a fullback. He's not an attacker. He's like a right midfielder. I know we obviously played the 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3, however you want to look at it. With, you know, him playing as kind of like your right wing.
Yeah, it's pretty fluid. At times it's like a 3-back. At times it's a 4-back. Shout out Pochettino.
He got him ready. And listen, at the end of the day, he got him ready for game one. And that was the game that no matter what you had to take, right? I mean, I guess you'd probably say Australia too, but we'll get into that game. But you had to take this game, and you did it convincingly. You put up a nice goal differential, which is going to be really important in things too. So I mean, I don't know what else to say about it. I was really, really impressed.
I think also the people you would want to score, like you want to get your attackers hot early.
Yes.
So Pulisic gets flowing, Balogun gets flowing, even Reyna off the bench. And like with Poch specifically, some criticism with him in the past in league settings is that he runs teams to the ground.
Yeah.
I don't really think that's going to apply in a 7-game tournament. And it showed his style. Like not only the free-flowing football, but every time we lost the ball, we were pressing like maniacs, winning the ball back high. Very Poch-esque performance.
100%. I mean, watching him at Spurs, like that's the Spurs I remember. I didn't watch him enough at Chelsea to know, and at PSG, it was no one watched him at PSG, honestly, other than Champions League when he had Messi, you know, Neymar, Mbappe. But I was terrified because I was like, if this is like the Chelsea version of Poch, I'm terrified. But he's able to tap into his Spurs roots. He shut up a lot of haters. I was one of the haters, like, dude, this guy's going to ruin our fucking golden generation, like this World Cup on home soil because of the way that the prelim matches have looked and in a lot of these like camps early. He really was tinkering his squad just to find like the right fit and how he wanted to play. We'll see, right? They could still shit the bed in the next 2 games. Like that is totally possible. But as of right now, If they keep playing like this, like they're if they
It's
keep
what you needed from the first game. Things
Yes.
can always change, but that's what you wanted to see.
100%. Pucc, what are your thoughts on this game?
I thought that we had a great job of kind of using all of our midfielders and Balogun kind of dropping in to create like that box in the midfield.
The
And
Pentagon.
then using like what's it called? Robinson and Dest out wide. I also think something that's gonna go underrated as this team progresses and maybe hopefully looks just as good as this game is the fact that Poch is his calling card has always been man management, where
Mm-hmm.
he's really good at getting guys
Yep.
together and creating a good atmosphere within the group. And I think that's vital in this tournament, where it's like the most intense pressure you've probably ever felt as a player
Yeah.
over a
Home
5-week
soil.
period.
Yep.
Like even without the home soil, like you like some of these teams like a France who's playing away, like
Yeah.
the pressure in the next 5 weeks is the most intense you've felt in your life. And for a lot of these guys, like they're still young in the game, where it's like they're 20, like or mid early 20s, some of them late 20s. But him kind of bringing the guys together, I keep seeing a lot of things where I think that they had like family and friends like dinner at the beach
Yeah,
last
he
night.
loves barbecues.
Like yeah,
He loves
like
to do shit like
Even
that.
them watching the Knicks
Argentinian.
game together.
Yep.
Yeah, like and like little stuff like that where it's like you're getting these guys on your side and kind of creating a bond where it's like they're gonna go out there and they're gonna be like, hey, A, hold each other accountable, and then B, like push each other.
He
So
ran the full
I
length of
think
the
it's gonna
pitch
be
and
good.
celebrated with them. It was awesome.
Yeah.
I know. Like it's like little stuff like that that like doesn't make a difference. It's like it's not like you can quantify it where it's like that helped us gain 20% more possession or 8 more shots on target. But it's gonna be vital as we progress through the tournament. Keeping the squad together and mood high. I saw a clip of him, I guess on the overlap from a couple of months ago where Gary Neville asked, he's like, so what's like the goal here? Is it like quarterfinals? Is that what you're telling the guys? And he was like, the goal is like to win it all. And
Right.
Gary Neville's like, you don't honestly believe that. And he was like, I do believe it. He was like, if I don't believe it, then the players won't believe it. And then they'll be lax and not try and push for this chance. He was like, you have to like as a group all fully dive in and believe you can win it.
And
Yeah.
a great
So I
example
love
of that is like honestly Gio Reyna, who kind of is like non-existent for club right now, but came in and looked like himself right away. And even Christian Pulisic. I mean, the whole back half, or really all of 2026, I don't think he had a goal for Milan. It's not like
Insane.
he was in some crazy form coming in, but the second he joined the USA camp, he started to cook again. I've always been a believer that Pulisic is better on the left, where he can cut in. Poch, I think, did the right thing to play him there. And I know we've kind of been on the topic for a bit already, but I wanted to get your guys' quick opinion on this. Like, what is the best move for Pulisic after this? Is it going to be Rafael Leao is leaving Milan and now I get a chance to play on the left? Is it, I've heard some MLS rumors, I've heard some Premier League rumors. If you had like 30 seconds, what do you guys think is best move for Pulisic after this World Cup?
Would say it's tricky because Ruben Amorim's about to get the DC Milan job, which I think Ruben's a little bit of a terrorist when it comes to footy. I mean, don't get me wrong. Maybe he fits in well in like that 3-4-3 kind of style, especially operating in like the half spaces.
Yeah.
He needs to find a move at this point in his career where he's playing big games regularly. So I don't care what club that is, right? Like that, I'm not going to say Crystal Palace, but like if they're playing in Europe, he's playing at a high level regularly and he's playing in his role. And it has to be that. Like there can't be like, oh, you're going to be like, oh, you'll half the time be the 10, half the time. Like, no, like I am a left winger. This is my style. He needs to just find someone for the next 4 years of his career. Because what is he, 27? Or is he a little younger? Is he?
Might be 26,
I think he's like 27.
Right. So for the 4, because obviously if he joins a new club, he's going to sign a new contract, right? A 4-year deal per se, right? Where he's
27.
like, for the next 4 years, I'm kind of the guy in this spot. And I'm going to be able to play regularly. I'm going to be counted on. I'm going to have the opportunity to continue to grow because that's what Milan gave him after Chelsea initially, right? Like they gave him a lot of that.
And I'm curious to see, again, if Leao really is leaving. I wonder if Amorim desperately is going to say, like, no, I believe in you. You fit the system. I want you to stay. or if they're going to be like, hey, you had a bad half of the season, we are going to look to move you on.
Yeah, I wonder as well, talking about Amram. Amram's Portuguese. Leao is Portuguese. Like, I know it's so stupid, but like something small like that where like Amram talks to him, it's like, you are going to be my talent. Like, you are my guy at this club.
Still.
I want you to stay. We are going to win. You know, right? Like, these are the stories you hear after they win, when they win the Scudetto, right? It's like, I was going to leave, and then Amram came and said, like, I am his player. Like, I am his guy. And I don't know. I would like Pulisic. I mean, my only problem with Premier League is like just looking at like the big six teams, like where would he go per se, right? Like, and I don't want him rotating. Like I said, like I want him starting. So I think Serie A is a decent spot for him right now, especially because he's pretty settled
Maybe
in it.
Newcastle as a Gordon replacement, not the craziest shout.
Yeah, yeah, and he's playing big game. I mean, obviously they missed Europe, but I don't
Villa,
know.
If Morgan Rogers leaves, I don't know.
Oh my God, I know I'm obviously a Spurs fan. Spurs fans don't like Villa, but like I would buy that Villa kid so quick. There's just something about Aston Villa, man. Maybe I wouldn't. Honestly, now I say I wouldn't, but I don't know. He needs to go somewhere where, in my opinion, he's getting minutes. He's playing in his desire. And I know this is what every transfer should be, but like this isn't a developmental piece where you're like, oh, I just need to play. This is someone that's like, no, I'm like the left winger. I play like my perfect style, and I could contribute tomorrow, and I could continue to develop. Maybe back to Dortmund. I don't know. That was just a crazy shout.
Pucc, I'll give you 10 seconds. Any opinion on that one?
No, I think we have to see how it plays out at the World Cup for him. I think if he has a good World Cup, his chances will increase of going to like a Newcastle or Villa. Right now, I think honestly, the way that we played last game, he basically was playing like a left wing / left attacking mid, which would be what he would play
Right
for
under
Milan.
Amram.
So like to me, it's like you get to live in Italy still.
Yeah.
Milan, you're basically playing a role that if you did well at the World Cup for, you're playing the same role.
He did
Like,
well in that role at Chelsea. We played under Tuchel, a 3-4-2-1 type, and he comes on against Real Madrid, rounding Courtois, getting a goal assist in the semis. Like, it was a good role for him, even though it was a competition for spots.
I think
that's why I'm saying, like, I think realistically, if Amram comes in and says like, hey, I want you to play this role, if I'm Pulisic, I'm like, why am I going to go live in Newcastle when I can still live in Milan and play that role?
Well, and you're settled, and you have a club that trusts you, right? Like, because he has contributed in big moments where I can't see Amram being like, well, we're losing Leao. Yeah, let's sell Pulisic too.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, he was probably, like, you kind of said it, Ruby. Like, he will probably be like, I want to keep him. I know he's proven in this league. Like, Pulisic has proven in this league. We'll see after this World Cup. I'm sure
and even another quick thing, too, is you also have to think not only the sporting side, but the other side of it, where Serie A needs more American eyes to get the television deal that the Premier League did. Why are you he probably is one of their best-selling jerseys, if we're being honest. I know people that have gone to Milan in part to see him play at Milan that are American, where it's like that's the biggest market that is kind of still untapped, quote unquote, America, where it's like there's so much money here to be made just even in television rights. Why are you going to be like, okay, the guy that is the face of American soccer, yeah, let's sell him and then lose that potential market? So that's the other portion where it's not sporting related, but it could also have an impact.
I just did one really quick like Google search on him. So his contract does run out in 2027. So if he's going to leave, it's either this summer or he's got to sign an extension, right? Like that's how that's going to work. AS Roma are apparently eager to add him. Wow. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. Premier League, it looks like Liverpool and Spurs monitoring the situation. Essentially, they know he exists.
It's also just a way to get clicks online. You just put any top 6 team name in.
Exactly. And then MLS Links, City Football Group has inquired about him to maybe bring him as
I saw slight MLS rumors online.
Yeah. During my
time, I don't
love
that, but he would definitely make a ton of sponsorship money.
During my time at NYCFC, it was pretty widely known throughout the club. 2027, a star is coming. Some people thought it's going to be Pep Guardiola to be the manager of the team and just like bring people into the building that way. Some people are like, we're talking about names and just throwing out like, oh, who's going to be free agent? But I wouldn't be surprised if City Football Group put a big offer on the table to bring the American star to the Etihad Park in their first seat. Like,
I agree. It's definitely something I could picture. And at least, like, for me selfishly, it's just been nice to kind of cheer for him again during this World Cup, have
Yeah.
him back on my team. Like, he was a wonder kid at Dortmund. All American fans
Yep.
fell in love with him. He went to Chelsea, won a Champions League. I absolutely love the lad. So, very
Yeah.
curious to see what's next. But I don't want him to go to MLS quite yet.
Yep.
But I could see just like a gargantuan offer coming on the table.
Yeah. Well, especially now we've seen obviously the impact Messi has. And like bringing a guy like Pulisic, obviously American and in their prime, like that would bring people to the stadium almost maybe more than Messi. Messi's like, I'm going to go see you once
I
type of
wouldn't
guy.
say more, but he'll
I,
get he'll
I think,
actually help for many reasons.
well, here's, I guess, what happened in my eyes with Messi, right? Like when he came, after people saw him once, casuals, they were done. They were kind of like, all right, cool. And like they didn't come back to the stadium to see him again. I'm talking about purely casuals, right? And like this is just talking about like some of the people I talked to on the phone, right? They're like, all right, well, yeah, I saw him already. So like, yeah, I'm good for this year. I feel like Pulisic's the type of guy that makes you buy season tickets. You're like,
Mhm.
wait, we got like this, like I want to support him and come out. But I'm
I
sure,
just know the way Messi had those other teams selling tickets. Like you could be an
yeah,
away team, he would visit your stadium, and that's like their number one selling day for the whole
no,
company.
100%. It was all we worried about for a year. Literally a year and a half, people were buying season tickets for one game just to make sure they had access. It was insane. All right, we'll rip through a couple more of these. We obviously have some big ones still to talk about, but Qatar, Switzerland. Switzerland ruined my parlay. Like Qatar scoring in the 94th minute. What are you doing? Like what are you doing? Lock up.
The history of Switzerland, they always overperform at the Euros and then underperform at the World Cup.
Well,
It's like it's in their history.
just like can't do that. I mean, Ruby, I know you mentioned you caught some of this game. Do you even want to chime in on it? Or, I feel like I watched some of it. It was
I
kind of
feel
just
like
boring.
we've taken a lot of time already on USA other games. And I think there's maybe some better games to talk about,
Yeah.
but definitely just I like the theme of you think a game might be over and we're getting some late winners, some late equalizers between that game, Japan tying you late. We just saw Ivory Coast already live on the
Yeah.
pod. So I do like the theme of late goals.
No spoilers, okay? Don't spoil it for the listeners at home. Next one. This was obviously the biggest one, and arguably the biggest game at the group stage. Brazil won, Morocco won. Awesome game. Awesome game. End to end was very good. Morocco, I mean, Pucc, I know you've been saying their ass. I feel like Morocco, for good parts of this game, looked like the better team. I think Brazil got into it late.
Definitely.
My only gripe with this game, Carlo Ancelotti, the way that he uses Rafinha drives me insane. Rafinha is like, just needs to play direct, be a goal scoring option. When you play him in the 10, you play him off the right, like you take so much away and he just looks, and like that's not his game. That's just not his
Yeah.
game. So if I'm Ancelotti, I have to find a way to get Rafinha like in positions because when he's on, he's on. But if not, like at that point, you got to sit him, right? Like Vinicius showed his worth playing truly off the left in his role.
I would not sit Rafinha.
I
He's
wouldn't.
like one of like
I wouldn't sit him.
4 guys that are
Right.
undroppable for this Brazilian squad.
Agreed.
I think realistically, what they should do, if anything, is move him to kind of more of that right wing position and then bring in a what's his face? Cunha to start at the 10 instead of Paquetá.
I
Mhm.
also kind of would have liked better Rafinha on the right, Vinny on the left,
yeah.
kind of giving you harder to defend, stretched out across. I feel
Yeah.
like they were almost like too focused trying to go onto that left-hand side.
Hot
I-
take here. I'd honestly have dropped Igor Thiago and played Rafinha through the striker role and given him freedom to
Yeah.
kind of roam around because he's also like when he's played off the right for Barca, he's not bad there. It's just something weird. Like he just needs to be able to get in behind, like and make these runs. And off the right, it's not bad, but he's not going to get you crosses. He's not going to hold width because that's not his game. Like his game isn't width and wide playmaking. His game's coming central. So although I agree with you, like putting him off the right to kind of expand, I almost feel like if you put him at the 9, it is going to cause havoc for defenses that Vinny will be dribbling at you, and you have to figure out where Rafinha, who's fast as fuck, is going. You're like, where is he making his run?
Yeah.
But
I think that Igor Thiago, I have 2 issues with Igor Thiago. One, he's a penalty kick merchant. Everybody keeps saying he scored the second most goals in the Prem, like half of them were penalty kicks. Personally, I think we should not count penalty kicks as goals in a season-long thing. It should have
Interesting
like
take.
in like
Don't totally agree, but
Yeah, I
but
don't.
you need a
Interesting.
that's like a big thing. If Harubi, if I told you that um that Nicholas
goals are
Jackson
goals.
scored, but Nicholas Jackson scored 30 goals this year, you'd be like, wow, he had a great year. 18 of them were penalty kicks. You look at it a little bit different because then you're like,
No,
he
you look at
scored
it
12.
differently. Context matters, but I still think a goal's a goal. Like, I would count it for golden boot, but I think in this scenario, like where you're making an argument, it doesn't hold as much weight as 20 non-penalty goals. Context matters, but I wouldn't just disregard them.
I think it's hard to
I
disregard
do.
it, but it's also like, if we're taking into account like free throws in basketball, right? Like then you have an argument like, well, should they count as points in the same
Exactly.
light, right? Like I
They
guess
shouldn't. I agree.
I do
Well-
think, though, one of my biggest soccer hot takes has always been whoever gets fouled in the box should be the one taking the penalty kick.
of that. I agree with that fully. I think
Then
that'd
it
be,
will stop someone just like farming 15
okay with
penalty
that, yeah.
goals. Then
Yeah.
it's like, okay, if you're getting fouled and then you score it, kudos to you, but you're not just the penalty
Well,
specialist.
and that's literally a free throw in basketball too,
Yeah.
where it's like,
yeah, you
You
have to
earned
take
it.
it.
You earned to go to
Yeah.
the line.
back to the point of Thiago, I think that Ancelotti, he's gonna have. I think he views him as like his Benzema per se, because they both are kind of similar in the sense of like they're just nines,
Yeah.
where Rafinha isn't so much just a pure nine.
Right.
With that being said, I think he played so horrendously against Morocco that you have to take him out. He's more of, in my opinion, for this Brazilian team, bring him on in the 75th minute when you're either tied or chasing or
Yeah.
a goal up, and you just need one more to put it away. Then you bring him on.
I agree with
I
that.
think the Ibanez at right back was a horrendous move. He's a center back. I have zero clue. I saw that and I was like, oh, that's interesting. Brazil's going to play a three
Yeah.
in the back. Like they're going to do the two wing backs,
They're
and he
just
just played
so-
right back.
They have so many bad fullback options. That's their
Yeah.
biggest weakness.
Yeah, but like Ethan brought it up too, where it's like they bring in Ederson once Wesley got hurt, and I think the Wesley injury really killed it because
Yeah.
he's such a good player. But they bring in Ederson, and it's like, really, you can't find another Brazilian like wingback or fullback to come in. You have to bring in an extra midfielder. Like,
yeah, they have like a
that-
million
eh.
attackers and not enough fullbacks.
exactly, yeah. I think that Brazil held their own. I think Morocco played very well. I think they got a little, I shouldn't say lucky with their goal, Morocco. I think it was a great ball over the top and a great finish
It
as
was
well.
a fair result.
But it was the Brazilian midfield and defense on that goal. I have zero clue what they were doing. They just looked lost out there.
Yeah.
Vinny, I think, is gonna, for this team to go far, they're gonna need Vinicius to take the
Mhm.
team by the scruff of the neck and like drag them to wherever they need to go.
It's just insane that this Brazil team has such poor fullback options to the point. Like I'm looking at their lineup from this game, right? And you
Yeah.
guys already touched on some
Yeah.
of it. Personally, like right, I'd go just like 4-3-3, keep it very simple. My subs would be I'd take Thiago off. I'd probably play Rafinha through the middle. Again, this is just how it would line up. Off the right, I mean, I don't know. Maybe you give Ryan a chance. He's a proper right winger. He's done it for Bournemouth. Maybe just give him a chance to be like that width creator because your fullbacks are so poor. And then I guess maybe Cunha comes in for Paqueta then as like kind of a false 9-10. But again, I know that's like,
yeah, I do
this
think,
team is tricky, man.
yeah, I do think not playing Cunha was a decision. I think he should start. He's one of the guys
Mhm.
that
Yeah.
it's like you should have him be out there, especially over. And I love Paqueta. Mainly it's probably because of everything he does off the field, where it's like he's placing bets on himself. You saw the video when Brazil played a friendly, I guess in like Scotland or England, and he's doing like a Brazilian dance to a bagpiper.
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
he's
yeah.
just off the field. He's amazing on the field. He's too reckless in my opinion. He like, I think 3 minutes into that game, Saturday, he's like going in 2-footed on a challenge, and it's like, dude, we're 3 minutes into this game. Do not get yourself sent off. Like, he's just way too reckless to start. So I think Acuna would be a better option out there.
Yeah, I didn't hate Paqueta. I definitely, I was a big João Pedro believer. I thought he would have been a great option at
should've
the
made the team.
nine,
He should have made
but
the
it's
team.
over now. Like, it's too late now. I also breaks my heart. Esteban with the grade 4 hamstring tear. I think he actually would have been an awesome option on that right-hand
Yeah.
side. But like you saw in these final warm-up games, Andriy came on and was actually a great super sub for them. Carlo Didn't really play him at Madrid. Didn't play him in this game.
Yep.
It's possible Carlo's not a big Endrick believer. So, different ways you could set up this Brazil side, but I think kudos to at least draw it back and not totally let that game get out of hand. And definitely shout out Morocco. I mean, they're starting to really raise their reputation. I think I just saw Saibari, if I'm pronouncing it correctly, to Bayern. And obviously everyone's talking of Bouadadi or
Yep. Puadi, I think,
yeah, that he's gonna get a
we
big
found
move.
another guy bad at pronunciation.
Yeah, another bad pronunciation.
He fits in perfect.
But he's gonna get a big move too. So Morocco is slowly getting away from that underdog to just truly being a proper force within international football. And I guess, for me, very quick note, despite the draw, I was out at the pub with the Brazilians. It's always, I ranked them the day before as my number one international fan base. It's just like nothing like it when you're with those Brazilians, drinking
100%.
caipirinhas, hearing them sing the anthem. They just love their footy so damn much.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, this Brazil team at the end of the day, like, I think casuals would be like, oh, Brazil, they're really good. And yes, they have some really good players. I think it's very clear, like, a team like Morocco is probably a better, well-rounded squad. And the fact that, like, they have decent fullbacks. Like, you're not, like, trying to fit, round pegs and square holes here with this team, per se. Where Brazil, I think, like,
fullback position, that's literally what that was. It was a round peg and a square hole.
Right. But it's also crazy. Like, Brazil is known for having some of the greatest, like, if you were to pick a country that has the best fullbacks of all time, it's Brazil. Yeah. And they don't have fullbacks. You're like, that's what you used to have too many of. So they'll have to figure it out. They obviously, I think, and the bookies had Morocco at like plus 440 underdogs. I think Brazil is very happy with the draw. I'm going to be honest. Like, you go into every game wanting to win, but I think they were very happy with the draw on this one because now you just have to take care of business against Scotland, take care of business against Haiti, get out of the group. You want to top it, but you just get out of the group. Very good game, though. Very fun. And I agree with you guys about this Moroccan team. Like, they are playing exciting footy. They're enjoyable to watch. I know Pucc is a hater of them, and I understand why, but it's a fun team to watch. They're probably in their golden era, unless this is a springboard. Scotland beat Haiti 1-0. Just shout out the Tartan Army.
No Scotland, no party.
We need them to stay in the area as long as possible.
Honestly, I would love to just make a 51st state. And not that it's Scotland, that we're taking over Scotland, but it's a haven for Scottish people.
Okay.
Either that or make like New Hampshire like a destination spot for the Scots.
New Scotland.
Yeah.
New Edinburgh, New Dundee.
Yeah, make like a new Scottish like state where it's just like
they're going to the Red Sox game today.
I know.
They were all marching to Fenway.
Well, I saw, you guys remember the meme of the cop going down the slide in Boston?
Yes. Yeah.
I saw a video of a Scottish guy with his bagpipe going down it. And it's like they're finding like just different like American lore and just bringing the bagpipes with them. That's why I think we should honestly just give them New Hampshire and be like, go crazy in New Hampshire. Like, that is all yours.
I don't think anyone's going to oppose that. We're all for that.
Yeah. Once we get Canada as 51, we'll look at Scotland for 52. They're already struggling with that, or Greenland or whatever you want.
But I don't even want. I just love them so much. Like, I want to be a part of the Tartan Army.
You can be. I fully just ingrained myself.
No, I know, but I want to like have the accent, live there, be one of them. Just
Holy
wake up in the morning,
bro. Holy glaze. All right. Probably
what do you want from me? What do you want from me? You're doing the same thing.
Happy Pride, Pooch.
What do you want from me? What do you want from me?
He was glazing them for a whole 24 hours in the group chat just for Pooch to get flack on that.
Yeah, but Pooch is sitting here is like, oh, I just want to like sound like them and look like them. I just said I'm fucking hype. I'm hanging out with them. Like I kept saying I want to find Scottish people, and I found two boys. We did lose Daniel. By the way, he doesn't like when you call him Daniel. His name is Daniel, like Dom Daniel. We did lose him in Brooklyn, but a very nice, I don't know who this person was, called us on the phone and was like, he keeps saying that his name is Brian and he's pregnant. And they all simultaneously go, he's fucking doing it again. And I was like, this happens. And like, he does this all the time. But, all right, let's move over to probably, in my opinion, the biggest upset of this tournament. Australia beating Turkey 2-0. Biggest upset so far, I should say. I did not have eyes on this game, but it was prime Knicks celebrations. Don't expect me to watch that. But the Socceroos, a little fight in the Socceroos, because Turkey was everyone's dark horse. I'm just kidding. No one's dark horse anymore after the Euros a couple years ago.
No, but I do feel dumb because I was so worried. Like, well, it still could be USA Turkey could be a very difficult game.
Yep.
But I was thinking, that's who we're competing with for the first place spot.
Yep.
I did not see that coming. I think Pucc probably had the best view of this game. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think that Turkey kept trying to wait for somebody on their team to actually figure out like how to score or how to break down Australia. And
Okay.
Australia just basically soaked in the pressure and then hit them on 2 quick counters. They have 2 really speedster forwards that helped. I'm not too concerned about Australia. I'm still probably more concerned about Turkey as a USA perspective. But
Yildiz didn't start the game.
Crazy,
no, he was hurt.
dude.
He's hurt. Oh, okay.
But it's crazy that he's still subbed on then to start the second half. I hate those like half injuries. Like, are you hurt? Are you not hurt?
I think he's recovering from an injury picked up late in the season at Juve.
I guess they were desperate and brought him on, but
they were. They had no creativity. It was like literally they're just in the final third for the first 45 minutes.
Oh my God.
And like not really doing anything.
Pucc, they had this guy Yilmaz on, who I don't know if you remember from when I think it was Galatasaray. Who was it? Liverpool, or was it what was the team that I was like, that guy sucks?
Who did they play
Juventus?
before Liverpool? Yeah, Juventus.
And we just kept saying, I was like, dude, that guy was just ruining everything. That was who.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
He dropped a stinker.
He fucking sucks, bro. He is so bad. That's why I saw his name and I was like, that's not Yildiz. And then I scrolled down. Oh my God, they have a decent squad, right? Like Turkey have a decent squad here. You have Karaoglu, who's playing for Brighton. Who they got between the sticks? I don't know him. Kalund, I've never been the guy that hits free kicks for Inter Milan back in the day.
Çalhanoğlu.
Thank you. Arda Güler, who I always have said is like, he needs to be starting the 10 for Real Madrid over Bellingham. Bellingham should be playing as a false nine, whatever. Even this guy Koku, or I don't know how to say his name, but
Kochku?
Yeah, who plays for Besiktas. I know he's played for. Did he play for someone before them? Maybe in La Liga, but he's a solid player. And then you have Yildiz. Like, this is a decent team, right? Even Demiral
They have
is
zero defense though. Their defense was so slow they could not stop the counterattack of Australia.
Yeah,
and then on top of that, Goulier just never got on the ball. They basically like man marked him.
Yeah,
so
I
like
mean,
he never touched the ball.
Yep.
And Australia played literally a 5 in the back, sat back with 3 extra midfielders, put 9 guys in the box, and just said, we're just going to pump the ball up to our outlet guy and hope for the best. And it worked.
Yeah, it looks like Australia's keeper also balled the fuck out. 8 saves here.
He played well.
Yeah, he was.
But like a lot of
man
those
match.
saves, a lot of those saves were very easy. There were a few where it's like, oh my God, like what a great save.
Yeah.
But there were 3 or 4 that I counted just even in the first half where it's like the ball is rolled to him.
And just shout out the Aussies for that celebration. Like, you see those videos, it just warms your heart.
Yeah, I mean, I am sitting here just getting, putting on my analytics hat. Computer, give me the analytics. Break this down for me. He did prevent, according to this, 1.46 expected goals. So that's very solid. Even that could be literally 2 saves that he made throughout. You know what I mean? Out of his 8. But also, I do know this guy that did score for Australia, Nestori Irankunda or whatever his name is for Watford. Mm-hmm. He's actually a decent player. I kind of forgot he existed.
They have like their 2 main like outlets in this game are both guys that played in the championship and both like 20 years old.
Yeah, I see Mohamed Toure too. It was their
probably changed now, but I saw like at the start of the day, the championship had the most goal scorers out of any league.
That's insane
for the World Cup.
That's insane. I guess it makes sense though, because there's so many players that play for like, we're talking about like Curacao in these countries where like they may just have a number 9 who's like, I'm decent enough to play at the World Cup, but I'm not going to get into the Netherlands team. So let me just go and play for Curacao. Or, I'm using them as an example. They did not.
And USA has more players in the top 5 leagues than Brazil.
That's
their
insane,
World
but
Cup
that makes
squad,
sense now you
just
say
a
it.
Crazy thought.
That's insane. I mean, looking at even just their players, like how many of them, like Paqueta right now is obviously playing in the Brazilian league, and like some of them in Saudi. That
people in Zenit, like
yeah, Germany versus Curacao. Germany beat the shit out of Curacao 7-1. So when I saw Curacao equalized 1-1, I threw $10 on Curacao. They were plus 3,300 to win, and I was like, I had no eyes on the game, but I was like, you know what? If they're scoring, and it was like the 25th minute, let me just throw a cheeky tenner. Within 2 minutes, it was like 2-1, then it was 3-1, and I was like, oh fuck, there goes my 10. But
I do think anyone watching that celebrated that Curacao goal like they were from that country, just like smallest ever World Cup nation.
Yep.
Just truly like a pleasure to see him have that moment. And for Germany, I think we can all agree they're a best ever 7-1 win in a World Cup. No other 7-1 win I could think of that they've ever had in a World Cup that would be bigger.
Shout out Dick Advocate. He's out here just doing his thing, helping him out. But Pooch, what did we did our Ruby, I don't know if you caught these in some of our other episodes. We did our lineups, right? We called it Can I Get a Lineup? I think we lined up Germany the exact way they lined them up, which we went very easy with it, with like just obvious, but almost exactly how we lined them up. Also, Dennis Undav, 2 assists and a goal off the bench is sick.
Yeah.
Is Havertz right now leading Golden Boot?
Tied with Balogun.
Yeah, I guess tied with Balogun.
And Undav.
No, I think Undav had one.
Undav had 1 goal, 2 assists.
Sosa said that in the chat, but I believe it's 1 goal, 2 assists.
Correct, yep. Yeah, I mean, this Germany team, listen,
Musiala goal 2, coming off like kind of a tough end of the year injury-wise, like trying to get back into the form. Some of the German media was on him. I'm glad he went and got that goal for himself.
Yeah, this Germany team will be decent. I mean, Nathaniel Brown, right? Is it Nathaniel or Noah? No, it is Nathaniel.
Nathaniel.
Yeah,
the American.
I think he's signing for Bayern, and he's going to be a problem. Like, he's a very good player. I remember him scoring against Barca and just running havoc. Schlotterbeck with a really good game overall, too. And Nemeka, man, that's a guy for Dortmund that, like, I've kind of seen him pop up a couple times, his highlights for Champions League.
He's also going to Munich now.
Oh, my, is he really?
I believe so.
Oh, my God. They got to stop that. You got to stop selling to Munich, man. Like, what are we doing?
Literally, Munich will see the Germany team lineup and just try to buy everyone they can.
I mean, I get it too, because like it helps the country. Like Barca has 8 players in the lineup, so it just makes sense having the continuity. But like, you gotta have some pride. Gotta have some pride, Dortmund. You know what I mean? Like, have a little bit of pride.
I hate selling to rivals. It's one of my biggest pet peeves in any sport.
Yeah, I mean, it's just crazy. Like, and you never see it in the Prem. Like, if there's a really good English player, like, you would never see, like, Chelsea sell Cole Palmer to Manchester United. You know what I mean? Like, that would never happen. Coming soon this summer. Had to rile them up.
No chance.
Netherlands 2, Japan 2. I caught bits and pieces of this game. It was kind of when I was getting home from the train, and I was in tatters. That Van Dijk header, that's all I got. That Van Dijk header was ridiculous. The way it kind of swerved into that bottom corner, ridiculous. Good for Verge.
Pucc has the kid on, so I want to hear this expert opinion.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think that it's actually a good result for Netherlands. I feel like a lot of people felt like Japan might be a team that could reach quarterfinals, round of 16, top this group. So I think that they played well. I don't really understand. I think the Dutch team's downfall is going to end up just being Ronald Koeman. I don't think he's a good manager at all.
Horrible manager.
He took off Somerville, and now Somerville might have been cramping or whatever. But he put on Myers, who's a center midfielder, to play left mid.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Or right mid, sorry. And you're just like, what? Depay came in and struggled heavily. Like, it's just like some of those decisions that they made once they went up, it's like they immediately just went into pressure and went into like their final third and for like the last 15 minutes. So you knew they were going to give up a goal. But for most of that game, I felt like they were dominant and in control. I don't trust Verbruggen either, but
yeah, he didn't have a great game.
That's just a personal thing. I've just seen way too many doo-doos from him where you're just like,
I do definitely think I think the second one, I think he actually deflected and got a hand on it. You have to make that save.
That's what I'm saying.
That's like the type of like save. Even we were saying like, oh, maybe the Australia keep made a few that you're supposed to make, but you have to make the saves you're supposed to make and then just have 1 or 2 that push your team over the edge.
That's like the thing with, and just kind of going to Barca real quick, like when Joan Garcia with Ter Stegen, like he always kind of made the saves he had to, but he never made like a bigger save, if that makes sense. So like, even though Barca fans didn't like him, a lot of it was like, well, like there's worse options. But the problem is, like, then you get a guy like Jean Garcia in, and you see him week in and week out, like, pull one out of a corner, like, make a save that, like, saves the game or really prevents a goal that he doesn't have to make. But because he makes it, keeps your team in it, and it changes everything.
It does.
Everything. And in a tournament like this, like,
we even saw that in our Sunday league. Compared to, like, original keepers to Kellen Yenny, it's like, it changes everything.
It completely changes it. You have someone in who can just pull one out that's not supposed to, and now all of a sudden, instead of being down 1-0 or now being tied, you're like, holy shit, thank God he did that. So definitely a tricky one. I thought Van Dijk looked good. I thought Van Hecke looked really good too. I'm excited. There's a lot of Spurs links to him. I think
I did get baited on the AI photo of Van Dijk's haircut. I think that was fake news.
Yeah, you guys kept talking about that. I didn't see any of it.
Pucc's World Cup bracket is safe.
Yeah, so far. But and then we'll finish up here real quick. We obviously touched on Ivory Coast beat Ecuador 1-0. Bit of a surprise for me. I mean, Ecuador came into this as probably one of the best defenses, just unit and as a team. Obviously, Ivory Coast, listen, 1-0 is not bad on Ecuador's part, but that's probably going to be Ecuador's big thing. We talked about it, right? Like, the back of it looks great. The front of it is where you get worried, right? Like, who's scoring the goals for them? Who's really creating for them? And they're going to need to figure that out.
Similar build to Netherlands, where you're happy with the defense and you're just wondering where these goals going to come from. Netherlands game didn't totally play out like that, but Ecuador's 100% did, where Pucc said, I'm worried about Ener Valencia leading that line, and I don't think they had enough threat. They did hit the post a few times, but that's literally the difference between a clinical attack and a good attack.
Yeah. Diomande. I mean, I was catching again. We were potting as we're doing this, so I'm just having the game up and I was watching Diomande. Man, we talked about it. Like, this dude is a beast. Just pace, power, and then, like, he's a big dude. A lot of times these tricky wingers are smaller. Like, he is a big dude running at you, and Amad Diallo, good for him, got a goal. But if you're Ecuador, this is a game you had to win, in the sense of you have to play Germany,
Philly.
right? Or at least you had to draw this game, because now you're in a tricky spot. Don't get me wrong; they could still potentially beat Germany, but this is a game you probably wanted to get a win in. Then you could go to Germany and be like, let's just get a draw. You beat Curacao, you get out of the group. We'll see. We'll have to see. I mean, this front line is horrific. It's Minda, Valencia, Plata. I've never heard of these people in my life. Their number 9 is playing off the right. His name is Yaboa. John Yaboa. I've never heard of this guy in my life. But yeah, other than that, so far, what would we rank the game so far, just in general? So far this World Cup, how have we enjoyed? Enjoyment, pure enjoyment. Scale of 1 to 10.
I would say fan videos and overall vibes have been in literally like 8.5 plus, like 9 plus games. I'd probably go 7.
Yeah, I'd agree. I think the games have been decent, but you haven't had that game yet that you're like, fuck yeah. I think we all wanted that to be Brazil-Morocco with goals. It was a little bit more stingy with
USA's
goals.
had the best performance in terms of just individual. Well,
Germany versus Curacao.
Yeah.
I think USA was probably the game, just as us being Americans, probably had the best, like, that was awesome. I'm excited to see Spain tomorrow versus Cape Verde. I pray for Cape Verde. Lamine and Nico are fully
Netherlands,
healthy.
Japan was probably the best game so far.
Yeah, competitive-wise, for sure. Pucc, what was your rating?
I think fans, you guys got it on the money, and then games, I'd probably go a little lower, just because the overall thing, just with the additions of the extra teams, you're maybe not getting as primed games. Like, even 7-1 today, it's like, I went to the grocery store with like 15 minutes left, because I was like, there's nothing for me to watch here. So it's like, there are some games where you're gonna get like those, like, kind of just stinkers, but like this World Cup, it feels like there's maybe a little bit more, like even South Korea, Czechia, I watched.
That was a good game.
It's like,
it's more
it was
like
a
feel-good
game,
stories
like,
where you're happy that country gets to have their moment. Those fans get to have that moment, but it's not like past World Cups where you have a group of death and it's the craziest game, craziest goals.
Like, even you're talking about Ecuador, like, I'm a little bit more bullish just because they have Curacao in the group. Even if they lose to Germany, let's say, and they're on 0 points, goal differentials -2, they could legitimately just turn up to Curacao, put 7 on their head, and advance as the 3rd place team with 3 points and a +5 goal differential.
Yeah.
So like, it's like one of those, in the past, you're like, oh man, maybe they have Switzerland in that group too, and they're screwed now because they just lost to Ivory Coast.
Probably
Yeah.
knockouts will have good games, though, because less top teams will be eliminated. Since it's a little easier to qualify, we might get some better knockout matchups.
I totally agree. I would say, like you guys said, probably Netherlands, Japan, best game so far. I would say from enjoyment rating, Germany game, not great. Like, I agree with you. Like, any blowouts, like, I want to sit here and, like, each game be competitive, even if it's a 3-1. Like, I want competitive. And I think the U.S. kind of gave us that. Again, maybe we're just looking at it through, like, our USA lens. But for me, like, that 4-1, like, they played good footy. Like, that was enjoyable to watch. If you're a casual, you can turn on and be like, wow, they're playing, like, good football.
It doesn't... a lot of people complimentary, like, even Brits online saying that was a proper host country performance.
Yeah. And listen, let me tell you, other than Canada, like, USA and Mexico, I mean, Mexico, honestly, I didn't think their performance was great against South Africa, but, like, got the job done. Canada should have had the job done. I was kind of hoping all three would win because it was just, like, a good feel good. And we took them, I think, all three to top their groups.
And countries that call us soccer, undefeated.
So us in Australia, yeah.
And I believe Canada.
Yeah, Canada, of course. Of course. Good point. Already, you've heard of 82-0. There's these games going all over the place, but with the World Cup here, it is time for us, the Classes Permanent guys, to give Siete and Zero a chance. We are going to be trying to build our World Cup team, win the World Cup ourselves. I'm going to throw it over to Pucc, who's going to have our quick rules for us and how we'll be doing this. Pucc, take it away.
Yeah, so we're going to be doing a 4-3-3 formation, balanced style, and then classic. So it'll give us the year the country was in the World Cup and then everybody on that team with their ratings. What we're going to be doing is each one of us are going to be picking. So it'll go Ethan first. He'll get the first roll. Harubi second. He'll get the second. I will get the third. And then back to Ethan, so on and so forth. And we're going to try and win the World Cup with this team.
Let's do it.
So let's do it.
Let's do it. First roll here, lads. Oh, my God. Ireland in 1990. This is where I get to start.
They may have Roy Keane.
Oh, okay. So it's not just based on... Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see if they have Roy Keane. No. Yeah, no. He was probably like 2000s. No.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think you may just have to go McGrath.
Do we play him at center back, a defensive midfielder, though?
I think he's the number 7. I feel like he's probably going to be a DM, but they wouldn't have put... I don't know.
A good way to think of this, too, is what you think you're less likely to get in the future. Like, I know fullbacks might be a little rarer on some teams.
I think the way I'm looking at this is maybe we play him at center back because we have 2 center back spots. So now we have an 84 in center back, and then we could always figure out the DM later. So let's go with him there. Ooh, we're left or right side. You know if he's left-footed?
I don't think it matters.
I'm just kidding. We'll put him at right center back. Alrighty. Whose role is it this time?
Harubi,
let's do it. I've given you a role. Ooh.
Oh.
Italia, 2006.
Okay, well, my head instantly goes to Buffon or Cannavaro, but let's scroll real quick. Pirlo is obviously an option too.
Totti.
Yeah, I'm going to Cannavaro.
In this case.
Well, the only thing I'll say is Cannavaro did literally win the Ballon d'Or on the back end of this World Cup. He was that impressive. But obviously then we're going 2 center backs right off the rip. Let's go Buffon. I think you're just not going to get... not going to get someone that good. We might get another center back.
Good shout. I like that. Play him at center back or striker? I'm just kidding. Alrighty, Pucci, you're up. Let's see what you get. Hold on.
Oh, I think
this is going to be a Cruyff, right?
Yeah.
No Cruyff.
No. It's right before.
There's a couple of good names there.
There's a good fullback here. Kroll.
I think
Kroll could be a good left back.
I was going to say I want Kroll at left back.
Let's do it. Kroll.
Yeah, so it could be harder to get fullbacks.
The defense, defense wins championships in these tournaments.
What the
98 fuck? Yugoslavia.
I like that it's in Spanish.
They may have a few good ones. Stojevic was pretty good.
I'm really trying to not click accidentally on something. This is really tricky. I don't want to just go straight ratings, right? But like 85 striker.
So I don't think we should go with him.
I'd probably go with Stojevic instead. We might get we need an elite striker to win the World Cup.
I agree.
Yeah.
Do we throw him? I think just throw him at DM, right? There's only been a few truly elite defensive midfielders versus center mid, attacking mid. I think this is a very safe DM to have. 84 is a high rating, by the way. for like a random DM. I've never heard of Stojakovic. But
Oh
my god.
This is where we
Yeah,
maybe
that's not
Paraguay,
ideal.
2010.
Herubi, maybe we want to take fullback here because it's also probably a little bit of a throwaway.
Santa Cruz, great Blackburn legend.
Yeah, I might almost just go with what's their best right back?
75. It's not horrible, honestly. It's one of the better players on the team anyway.
If we go with this right back, our last center back pick has to be somewhat elite.
Yeah.
I would go with the right back compared to the attacker. I still think we have a higher chance to get an elite attacker.
All right, let's see what we do here. Cameroon,
82 Cameroon.
Oh my god.
See, this would have been a great time to get goalkeeper from them because they have great goalkeepers in that World Cup.
He's an 80.
They're the two best players on the team.
True.
And Gono. I remember that.
Not good. This is not great.
I'd probably go with a winger then at that point.
I do think. Keep scrolling really quick. Mila was like their big attacking forward, so I think putting him at left wing.
Yeah, let's do it.
We'll keep Kroll a bit more defensive and leave Mila that freedom.
Yep.
Bobby Moore, Bobby Robson.
What position is it?
Charlton.
It's got to be Bobby Charlton.
We got it. We got to do it for.
Shout out Andriy.
Sir Bobby.
Andriy.
Jimmy Greaves.
I think you go Sir Bobby. Play him at the 10, right?
Yeah.
Play him at the 10.
Ruby, we were back over to you. Okay.
Wow, the Italians love me.
There is a decent center back here. I've never heard of any of these guys.
Paolo Rossi, but it's before Rossi was really Rossi.
Pulisic?
And would it let us play Bettega on the right or no?
No. Strictly striker left wing. Could
Maybe
always go with the center back here, but I know you're trying to go like elite there, right?
I know, but obviously we're starting to lack in a few places now. I would say, I think we got to go with the center back.
I agree. I think in this game especially, it's going to probably weigh goals heavier than defense.
Scirea.
Can
we get an authentic Italian pronunciation?
Yes. Scirea.
Alrighty, I'm back up here. Let's see what I get. Austria, 1982. What the fuck?
Wait, isn't it me?
I think it is
This Ruby
Pucc.
just went?
It's Pucc.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead, Pucc. Do you mean you could have Austria, 1982? It's got to be this guy at center mid, right? This team sucks.
I mean, Pucc, you literally have his kit.
Yeah, Prohaska is one of your favorite players.
Yeah, I think we have to take him. Just because I don't want to waste a right wing spot.
Mexico. Is this? Oh, wait. Is this the striker Hugo Santos? No. This is so bad. This Mexico team sucks. I don't even know what to take here.
And before we simulate it, I do think even if it's not a World Cup winner, we should predict where we think the team will finish.
That's a good call. I like that. I'm thinking maybe I just go Bora at striker.
Yeah.
F it, we ball. Alrighty. And then we're back to Rubes. Alemania, Germany,
Wow.
1954. Don't ask where these guys were 10 years before.
It's probably like, I guess, James Sherry, Kevin Kauf are watching these games. Old men. Well, actually, it's a good pick there. Ron is a little lucky.
So
not a bad team.
Not as bad as I thought. I'm going to say that we finish 6-1.
I'm going to go quarterfinals.
Yeah, I'm probably being very bold. Let's go. What quarterfinals be? What would the record be? Is that 5-1?
Depends on the group stage. Well, group stage is going to be 3 games, and it probably goes right.
Right, 16 and then quarterfinal.
Yeah.
Okay, so it would be 4-1.
And we need Bobby Charlton to just like go on a legacy run here.
Him and my guy Bora. I'm believing in Bora, low-key. Maybe, I don't know, maybe Kanitsa's just bombing up the field.
Also, you never know. Buffon just goes nutty.
Yeah.
I think this is either an exit in the round of 16 or a semifinal team.
I'm gonna take semifinal. Give me 5-1. I think that's semifinal, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, are we ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Greece.
So this is what I was saying. You see the speed where it says normal?
Yeah.
If you click on that, you can increase it to fast, so it goes a
Just
bit
go
quicker.
ultra.
Yeah, that is just gonna go automatic. Yeah.
All right. Oh my
Wow.
gosh.
There we
we
go.
lit up Chile. Oh, and that's cool. So we play random teams from random
Yeah.
years as well.
Round
Okay.
of 16.
We might win the whole thing. This might be the
my
Yeah,
largest
honestly,
segment of
we're
our
pretty
lives.
well
No,
rounded.
this is it. This is it right here.
Oh, PKs. We won in
We
PKs.
advanced. We advanced.
Brazil.
Sir Bobby in the semis. Holland 2014.
No.
Oh.
I was right about 6-1. We only conceded 3 total goals. The entire
Buffon
tournament.
went crazy.
Oh my god. Frankie de Jong killed us.
That
Bobby
06
Charlton's-
France team, dude. We beat Zizou.
There's just no way that this team beat Zizou. Did he hit his penalty? He did. Henri missed. Arsenal, another one missing, Pucc.
William Gallas did too.
Yeah. You guys got to get better at the pens. All right. I mean,
Did that say Maluda too at the end or no?
yeah. We gave up 3 total goals in 7 games. That's insane. All right. We got to go again. We are going until we win it. So how do we like the 4-3-3? Are we keeping our formation?
So what
think it's
I've done is either
flexible.
4-3-3 or 4-4-2.
Okay.
But we lose wingers, but we gain a striker. So it's
Interesting.
like
Gaining striker, I could see, like, if you land on 2 elite strikers, you don't have to miss out on him. But then you don't have... we get a Cam, I don't know if we're able to play him in a 4-4-2.
Yeah, I think we go 4-3-3 just because it gives us some flexibility here. Where
We were close. Run it back.
Yeah. If we get my guy Borja again, we got to get him.
Whoa.
Yashin. It has
Lev
to be
Yashin.
Yeah, let's just... Veron? No, we're going to go Yashin. I just want to check the rest of the team.
Bishov Nahui, but we have to take him.
Slavia Ukraina.
Heroim Slava.
Slava.
Ooh.
Ooh, this is a good team. I think Pele might be here, maybe.
Zico
No,
is at
early.
least.
Zico's definitely a good shout.
Zico.
Ronaldo.
There's also Roberto, Dina. I don't know who he is.
I
You want
mean,
Zico?
growing up, Zico was like a folklore legend, so let's go Zico. And I think any Brazilian's going to agree with that pick.
Gotta play him out. Yep. Good stuff.
Very underrated player, to be honest, nowadays. Doesn't get the
Awesome.
talk.
Alexis Sanchez, don't even need to talk. Chile 2014.
Vidal?
Nah.
No, I love Alexis,
Sanchez.
too.
Alexis
Probably-
off the right. Alexis Sanchez off the right.
Where do you want him? I can play him across the front 3. Off the right?
Off the right.
We better not.
Probably
get
my
asked.
favorite Arsenal player, maybe ever.
Ooh. Okay, this year Germany.
Rudiger.
No, get the fuck out of here. So
Yes, sir,
Kimmich
Rudiger.
at right back.
You might have to go Shmusiala.
Kimmich at right back.
Where is
not a
Musiala?
bad
Oh, we
call.
can't take him. They have him as attacking mid
No.
left wing. Might go Verts
maybe-
then, or Kimmich is good.
I think I'm gonna go Kimmich at right back, and just be very happy with like an 80.
But not Florian Verts.
Yeah.
I don't think we can put Kimmich right back. Oh, well.
No, we can.
Do we like him at right back, or do we want him at the 8?
Yeah.
Or
Nah, I
Yeah,
think
put him at
right
right
back.
back. And that's where he played today.
Oh yeah. This team again.
Paraguay 1958.
I think we got this last time too, right? Or no? No, we didn't.
No.
I don't know what you guys want to do here.
Maybe
It's your pick, Ruby, too.
I'm almost thinking last time the left back didn't kill us being a little lower rated. Some of those 80s are tempting, but what's their highest left back?
76.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Echage.
You know what I like? I don't know.
Why are you
how-
Echage?
You are Ichege. What I think too is I don't know how they do it, but I know some of the other ones like they simulate based on position. So like they may group fullbacks, so it may take an average, which that might help then. Mm-hmm. I don't know if they do the full back line or not. Ooh,
I don't know.
France 2018 Pucc.
That is
gotta-
big.
Maybe dictator Mbappe.
I was going to say they're Kante, Pogba, Mbappe.
Conte. So Mbappe is one where I'm like, we should take him, but I still feel like we may get another good striker later on.
94.
What is Kante and Pogba?
90 and
Pogba's a-
91.
I would probably go Mbappe,
There's
but
also-
there's no wrong
There's
choice
also
here, Pooch.
Varane. There's also Varane who could play center back
Veron.
at
Yeah.
an 89.
No, you got to take one of the 90s here, Pooch. You got a 90.
Yeah, you got to
I
go
think-
for a 90.
I think we go Conte in the DM at 91.
It's your pick. I'm gonna.
I would go dictator, but I'll never go against Kante. That's a match winner. And him and Zico, he frees up Zico in the midfield.
Brazil 2022. So this is actually a decent team. You got Marquinhos here. Neymar. Oh,
come on, you have to. You have
we
to.
have to go
Neymar da Silva dos Santos Jr. Welcome to the team, him and Zico.
Czechoslovakia 1954. This is a horrible pick. Do we put the 69 striker and say vibes?
No.
Oh my god. This is what happens when Pucc screws us.
What about that? You got to take him as center back.
Yeah, we'll put him at left.
Or real quick, we
What
could no. It says tap a player to change position. So we could put Novak in the right mid and move Kimmich to the
Midfield.
if we really wanted to.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you can move them.
So you can
so
move Kimmich
but
to center mid.
Only for players, yeah. So then
But he
Novak
can't go over there.
goes. Oh, I thought it said right mid with.
Left back, I think. Left back
think it was
and
left
center
back,
back.
center
Okay.
He must be lefty.
right.
Whatever, he'll be a
South
ball playing
Korea.
center back.
South Korea, there's only one option.
Youngman.
Oh my god, and we can't get him at striker.
That's
Well,
That
can we
is-
move Alexis?
that is
to
so
striker?
Echage.
You just move
Yeah.
Neymar.
Yeah, move Neymar to striker and then pick up Heung-min Son.
Yeah. Okay.
Tactical masterclass from Pucc.
Germany 2002, okay. Ballack.
Another team that made the final.
I think we need to go Ballack, right?
They have to go
Yeah.
Ballack. A Premier League winner.
Oh, yeah,
Oh.
Algeria. This is where it goes to die. I mean, we need a center back.
Rock Chalk Algeria.
They love him in Lawrence, Kansas. We go in Belhaj.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think this team is like,
Yeah,
We're
she needs
technically
to
a-
save the center backs. I love our
Technically,
attack.
we're a better team than we were last time. Last time we had an 84 overall.
That
this time we
midfield
had
and that attack is elite, and we have an elite goalie. It's possible.
I'm going quarterfinals here.
I'm gonna go lose in the final again.
Okay. Pucc.
I think semifinals.
All right, let's take a look. You play Japan. Nice. 2022 Japan, no problem. Uruguay 1970. Okay, job done. Italia 1950. Finish the job. Okay, we'll take the draw in the groups. Espana, yeah, we should beat Espana 1950. Yeah.
Wow.
Kill them. Oh no. This
So
is
we
the
put up
quarters.
goal. Oh no.
Oh,
Oh.
I was right about the quarters. I was right. We put up more goals this time in less games, but we did concede more. All right, let's give this one more.
yeah,
We
one
lost in the
more,
quarters
one
there.
more for vibes. If we can't do it, we'll probably just play again next episode.
Yes, sir.
Maybe.
All right, last one here. I just realized, like, for those listening in the car, they probably have no idea because we are just not saying things out loud as much as we should be. So
That's
we need
true.
to-
This has been more of a YouTube video so far.
I keep trying to be like Germany 1986, and then but then you just lose it.
All right, we draw Senegal 2022.
Wow.
All right, so options here that we're looking at: Eduardo Mendy maybe at goalie.
Champions League winner.
Real
Hold on.
quick, Sweden just scored
There we go.
against Tunisia 6 minutes in. Is that Rooney?
Pargy? I don't think he got
Yeah.
called up.
Oh, really?
I don't think so. Yeah, Koulibaly at center back is an option. Gane Gueye is another option at the 6. Personally, I like the idea of just getting our goalkeeper out of the way early. I think we go Mendy here. Just call it. Actually, you know what? Maybe Koulibaly here. 87 ranked center back. We've had a hard time getting center backs.
Yeah. After that last tourney.
Yeah, we'll put Koulibaly in here. South Korea 2010. Not great. I mean, their goalie's an 82. Left back is an 82. Oh, Park Ji-sung at the
Wow.
10 rated. Ki Sung-young.
I mean, if Sir Alex respected Park Ji-sung that much, he said one of the biggest mistakes in his career was not starting him in that final versus Barca. So I think we got to go Park Ji-sung.
We'll take Park Ji-sung.
And
at
very
10.
funny chant. Can't really say it on these airs, but very funny chant for Man United.
We have now drawn France 1966. This is not a good French team.
No.
There's not a player that is 80 rated on this French team. Oh,
No, they were
my
not
God.
good.
This might be a throwaway.
Might be a
Maybe-
fallback.
Maybe
Jorkef?
Djorkaeff at right back. He's
Or we
78.
just take a center back to pair with Koulibaly, but
No.
I'd rather go fullback.
I think we take this 78 rated right back. Djorkaeff, I guess is how you say it. Djorkaeff?
Yeah.
Let's throw him in.
Ale.
All right. All right. We get Brazil 2014. Marcelo could be fire at left back.
Thiago
No.
Silva,
Neymar
91.
da Silva dos Santos Jr.
Neymar's a 93. I think we take Neymar and put him at left wing. I agree
You
with that.
gotta go Neymar.
We did get Thiago Silva. Yeah, we're going Neymar here at left wing. All right. This team's decent so far. So just as a quick recap, we did just get USA 2002, which is not great. But Neymar at left wing. We have Park Ji-sung at the 10. Koulibaly at right center back. And then we have Djorkaeff, or whatever the hell his name is, at right back. He's a vibes pick. All right, looking at this USA team, maybe Brad Friedel in goal. Not great.
I wonder what Claudio is. Claudio Reyna.
82. Landon Donovan 83. McBride 81. Up to you guys here what you think.
I think
I don't
either
hate-
go Claudio or Donovan.
Yeah, I'd agree with you guys. What do we think? Do we want Donovan at right wing, or do we want Claudio Reyna as our 10 or 8? Maybe Claudio just because gives us some positional flexibility to move him into one of those other positions, whereas Donovan, I think, is...
I think Donovan you could play as a center mid or a winger, too. In this game.
Yeah, just center mid striker. Oh, sorry, right wing striker attacking mid. Reyna gives you center mid and 6, and he probably had 10 too, but that's taken away.
I'd maybe
whose
lean
pick is
more
it?
towards Donovan. I don't know whose pick it is. We kind of just went all together on this one.
I think we go
But I'll let
Donovan.
Pooch make the pick.
Yeah, let Pucc make it.
I was gonna say Donovan for right
All right.
wing.
We'll throw Donovan at right wing. All right, another roll. Japan 2010. Not good. We have Nagamoto, who's an 81, maybe left back. Oh, Nakamura was an 86. But
KSK Honda,
were you saying
former AC Milan.
82 overall striker. I'm thinking maybe Nagamoto at left back. And the reason I say that is just get the fullbacks out of it. I think you have more chance to get higher rated striker midfielders.
I
We good
agree.
with that?
Agree.
Quick roll. France 2018. That was the break we needed. You have Lloris 86. You have Rafael Varane 89. Umtiti 85. Pogba 90. Conte 91. We can't turn off Mbappe twice. 94 rated Mbappe.
I think we gotta go. We gotta go for the 94.
I think so too. Pooch, thoughts?
I don't agree. For somebody
aye.
that says Mbappe is the dictator, I thought you'd be on the path of not wanting him on your team. He's going to mess up that locker room. We already have some real big characters in Neymar and Landon Donovan in our locker room that are going to want the spotlight. I still think a Conte would be perfect, but if I'm outruled, I'm outruled.
Conte Park Ji-sung has like potential to be the most lovable midfield in football history, but I don't want to pass on him twice. This is more of a simulation-based game, and we
Yes,
might need to
thank
cheat
you.
the system a touch.
Romania 1970. Ay. This is bad. Oh my god, all their higher rated players too are like attackers. I wish, dude,
Can
why
we-
did we not take Conte? I told you to take Conte. Mbappe's a fraud. Let's see if
Pooch.
we... Pooch. Yeah, we can't move anyone around. I was trying. Nunweiler at center mid is 76. Center back options suck.
Probably have to go Dinu at the 10 or at the 6.
Dinu? Yeah, let's do that. Let's
Yeah.
put, and it gives us flexibility to play him at center back if we need to. Ay. Italia 1986. Okay. Bergamo can
Maldini
play center back.
should be in there, right? Or no, is
Oh,
it like a year before Maldini?
Yep.
Ancelotti?
Scorea again, 92. That was your guy from before.
Correa could be
Might
good.
be the guy to
Any
rip a center
attackers?
back. Him and Koulibaly. Progressive
Yeah.
football.
Give a quick update. So we have Neymar at left wing, Mbappe at striker, Landon Donovan at right wing. Our midfield right now is Park Ji-sung, Dinu. We don't know who Dinu is. And then we have the center mid spot open, our goalkeeper spot open. Nagamoto at left back, Scorea at center back, paired with Koulibaly, and then Djorkaeff at right back. Germany, 1970. We do get this guy named Meyer, who 89 rated goalkeeper, so that's pretty good.
Beckenbauer, we missed that. Can we move Dinu to
We-
the 8? No. Oh.
Or wait,
That
click
is
on
such-
Dinu.
Nah, it's only center back or 6. Same thing with Scorea, right? I'm just going to click on
Yeah.
everyone and see if we can move him. No. Damn it.
Yeah, that's
Dietrich. This is 72. No,
we were close on this round in terms of like we could have built it out maybe a touch better.
Yeah, Mayer at a goalkeeper, 89 rated.
But you know, we have a strong defense. We have a strong attack.
Turkey, 1954. We need a center mid. This guy's an 82. Maybe he could play center mid.
I think it's going to be the best we get.
Yeah. Well, let me see.
Why don't I see Arda Güler?
Still on the bench. All right, we'll put Bulin in at center mid. This team is drastic. Quarterfinals again. What do you guys think?
I go quarterfinals. We have two elite attackers.
That is true. The team does have some very high-rated players, right? Just to rip our full team, right? You have Mayer, who's an 89. You have Djorkaeff at right back, who's 78. Koulibaly at center back, 87. Skidea, who's at center back, 92. Nagamoto at 81. Dinu at the 6. He's rated 77. Bullet playing center mid, 82 rated. Park Ji-sung, 88 rated. Landon Donovan at right wing, he's 83 rated. Mbappe at striker, 94 rated. And Neymar at left wing, 93 rated. Let's get into
I'll say quarters.
Thinking quarters. Mexico 1986, our first opponent. We lose 1-0. That's over for us.
Greece, midfield battle.
3-0 win over them 2014. Germany 1958. Yes, got it. 3-0.
Neymar legacy game.
1950. Oh, we kill them. 3-0. We are now into the quarters against Sweden 1958, and that is where it ends for us. Again, we only gave up 3 goals, and 2 of them came in our quarterfinal loss. The defense was very solid.
Besides the round of 16, did Landon Donovan score in every single game?
Wow.
Yeah, other than against Mexico, who we lost to, we didn't score. But he scored in every... Oh, Scorea scored too. Scorea scored in 3 games.
Scorea and Donovan went crazy.
That's who we needed.
Mbappe let the team down.
He actually did.
Not a single goal from a striker position.
N'Golo, I'm so sorry, N'Golo.
Yeah, we fucked that one up. But that was us trying out Siete and Zero. We will be doing this until we win it. So we're not going to bore you guys too much. We went 25 minutes with it, but we will continue doing this. So continue to like, subscribe, and follow. We're going to get into a quick preview now of the rest of the World Cup games for the week. So this is obviously dropping on Monday. We have games that we'll be previewing up till Thursday. We're just going to kind of rip through these real quick. Some things to watch, some things we're excited about. For me personally, tomorrow, Monday, we have Spain versus Cape Verde. That for me is a huge game for Spain in the sense of first game, excited to see what they look like to start. Lamine Yamal and Nico Williams are both healthy, so I'm excited to see if they're going to come off the bench. If they will start, obviously got to take care of business. This should be a 4-5-0 by the end of it if you're proper favorites. There. You also have Saudi Arabia today versus Uruguay. Uruguay just has to take care of business here. Saudi Arabia is not that good. Belgium,
quick question, E. What do you expect Spain's midfield, like the 3 center mids, to look like for you guys? I wasn't too 100% sure.
That's a good question. I mean, I think you got to expect Rodri in there. He loves Rodri. You're going to expect Pedri, but Pedri's not going to play deeper the way that he does for Barcelona. He's actually going to play him at the 10, I think, which I don't like. Pedri is like a deep-lying playmaker, not a proper 10. He does play it okay, but like I'd really prefer just like Dani Olmo in that spot. He cooks for Spain. He has good chemistry. I wouldn't really change much from what we saw at the Euros. So I'd play Pedri a little bit deeper and let him and Rodri really control the game. And then
so will it be Fabian as the... You're saying you would play Olmo, but you're saying more likely they pay Pedri at the 10, which means what? It would be Fabian with Rodri?
I think Fabian Ruiz, who I don't mind that either. Fabian Ruiz is obviously great. You know what I mean? He's played really well for PSG, so I don't hate it. But I expect him to go that way. I don't... Just one of those weird things. It's like it doesn't really make sense. Most fans wouldn't do it, but if it works, it works. And their midfield is so fluid that, you know, they'll all be kind of moving around. But I expect us to be direct, as they have been. I expect them to really just try and, like, control the game and just keep Cape Verde in their own half and try and win this game 4-5, maybe 6-0. There. Good question, though, about the midfield. That's the biggest question. I think at, like, every other position, it's pretty obvious who's going to start. I am curious to see...
Goalie.
Pedro... Well, goalie's massive. That's actually a good question. I think everyone know the rumors and everything come out. It's going to stay Unai Simon. He's done nothing to lose his job, but like you have David Raya and Joe Garcia right there, man. Like, please play them. This also being probably our easiest group stage game, though. I wouldn't be surprised to see a rotated team. You know, you need to give your players minutes. I wouldn't be surprised to see like Alex Baena maybe play off the left to start because Nico's kind of coming back from injury, right? Maybe even Lamine coming off the bench, right? And because there's no need to rush them in.
Kind of a good game to actually play Olmo and be more attacking rather than having two holding midfielders.
Exactly. I totally agree with that. So we'll see. I'm curious to see if it's going to be Oyarzabal up front or up top. I prefer Fedon. Oyarzabal is great. I just think Fedon, I think he just gives a little bit more athletically than Oyarzabal. But again, that's probably our weakest spot purely is like striker, like just a proper striker. But our goals come from everywhere. Daniel Olmo.
Are you nervous about Roberto Lopez at all?
I have no idea who you're referring to.
Center back for Cape Verde.
Yeah, I mean that's a player you got to watch out for. You know,
he's won the Irish Player of the Season 7 years in a row.
So
Shamrock legend.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say that for Cape Verde, he's the best Irish player in the Cape Verde League. Understood. Flip that.
No.
Yeah, that's a player you can't sleep on. You know,
Yeah.
This might be his moment to really boom or bust. But I believe
he's also like the best. He's like 35 years old.
Yeah, no, I mean,
if he wants to get a big move, this is his last shot. If we're being
He's a
honest.
good lad. Would love him on the pod.
Yeah, I mean, hey, he can. If he beats Spain, he could definitely come on the pod. Yeah, I'm looking at a picture of him. He definitely looks a bit intimidating. He was actually born in Ireland. I don't know how he got the name Roberto Lopez, but he's born in Ireland and he represents Cape Verde. He's also only 5'9". I'm petrified, to say the least. But yeah, Spain should take care of business. I'm very excited to see us finally get it going. We were talking about this on the last episode. Like, it's fun watching the games, but there's just nothing like when your team finally plays. You know, like I felt it with the USA. Now watching Spain, it's like literally addicting when they're playing good footy. So hopefully Spain takes care of business. Like I mentioned, Saudi Arabia versus Uruguay. It'll be interesting to see what this Uruguay team looks like. I think that they could be a little bit of a dark horse in this tournament, but I do think they're lacking.
Yeah.
Belgium versus Egypt. This, I think, could be actually a cheeky game. You obviously have a Belgian team that we were like, about, and maybe an Egypt team that pulls like a Argentina Messi for Salah and is like, we're just going to fight and die for Salah. I don't know. Any thoughts on those games for Monday?
Harubi, you want to go first?
I think, the Belgium-Egypt one is the one that caught my eye a bit more just because Egypt is such a global fan base. You know, they're always so obsessed with their footy. A lot of controversy with the stars on their jersey, not necessarily World Cup stars. So I don't know if I love that.
Yeah.
But Belgium is kind of the tricky one where they've now kind of passed that golden gen. Of course, De Bruyne is still there, but everyone else is gone. And maybe having that pressure lifted off of them kind of lets them come into this game with a touch more confidence. I would go with Belgium over Egypt, but Egypt, with having a Marmouche, with having a Salah, you can never count them out on a counter-attack or to get a goal.
Yep, for sure. I'd still take Belgium to win the game, but I wouldn't be surprised if that Egypt team just like maybe this is the Morocco from a couple of years ago that you're like, who the hell are these guys? I'd still think that Morocco team probably had some more talent around their star player.
No, I agree. I think Morocco's better than Egypt.
Then we have, just to round out Monday, Iran versus New Zealand. I'm going to watch it because I watch all footy, but this is one of those games that ticket prices could have been $30, and I think you'd have had a hard time filling the stadium.
Yeah, I think they play at midnight, too.
Yeah.
Where are they?
If I'm not mistaken. Oh, 9 p.m.
So they're probably out
LA.
in Cali. Yeah.
Yeah, LA.
Yeah.
I
Los
mean,
Angeles.
I guess people are going to watch for, what's that guy's name? Tim Keane or whatever?
Tim Payne.
Tom Payne.
Payne?
Tim Payne.
Yeah. So I guess they'll watch for that.
Tim
I don't
Payne's
know.
on fire. Your
This
defense
is-
is terrified.
This is one of those where I think Iran will win. I think Iran is a good enough team to get through New Zealand. I don't really trust New Zealand at all.
Chris Wood did go on a bit of like a crazy run for Nottingham. What was it, a year ago?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
sometimes like some of those strikers just get hot in a World Cup.
Can't sleep
Maybe.
on them.
I don't know. I'm looking at Elijah Just. I think Elijah Just might be the guy.
Okay.
14 goal contributions for Motherwell and Scotland this year.
Yeah. honestly, Iran are a little bit of a sneaky team where I think they actually have some talent to them. They've looked kind of better and better tournament after tournament, so wouldn't be surprised if they gave some people some problems. But also Strait of Hormuz open today officially, so that's pretty exciting. Gas prices should drop. Moving over to Tuesday's games.
No politic. No politic.
I just like cheap gas. I'm just with the
No
cheap
politic.
gas.
No politic here. No politic here.
Real quick, moving over to Tuesday, we have France versus Senegal. This is probably your second biggest game in the group stage.
He made
Let's
sure
go
the mic
Senegal.
picked that up.
Pucc just
Let's
went
go
belt to
Senegal.
ass on France. He just put belt to ass on France.
I'll tell you this. I got 3 teams I'm rooting for this entire tournament.
Okay.
USA 1-1. Netherlands 1-2. All of AFCON besides Morocco 1-3.
That's not how that works. It's 1A, 1B, 1C, but that's okay. This game is going to be awesome. I think this French team is obviously extremely talented. Probably player by player, position by position, probably one of the best teams, if not the best team in the tournament. But this Senegalese team, man, like, they're a unit. They're very similar to Morocco in the sense, like, they're a unit of a team. They play really well. They have some young stars. I think France probably still edges Senegal out. But I think people, like, I know a lot of people I've spoken to about this game, more casuals or people just that don't follow soccer. It's like, is that a big game? And I'm like, that's a game that, like, ball knowers know to turn on. You know, like, that's like you clear your schedule for France. They're like, oh, okay.
You could see some good goals in this.
You're going to really enjoy, and, like, I assume, like, high pressing, a lot of running, you know, very back and forth. This isn't going to be a team sitting in their box and the other team just, like, you know, no haram ball here. No politic, no haram ball here. Herbie, what do you think about this game?
See, with Morocco, Brazil, I felt that Brazil was in a bad spot, that they were kind of declining, and Morocco was on the way up, and I knew that Morocco would give them problems. As much as I respect everything that Senegal did in AFCON, when I look at that French team, they are so deep. Like, you could have a player go down in the attack and instantly bring someone on who gives you just as many headaches as players in top form, where Olise's on fire, Dembele's on fire, whether you go Doué or Barcola, and Mbappe is just Mbappe. He finally said to the media today, I need to work harder on defense, so maybe his eyes are opened up a bit more. Yeah. And then, like, midfield is the part maybe I'm the most skeptical about, but it's not like they're bad players. But then I go to the defense, and again, like, you tell me you have Upamecano and Saliba, or whoever you pair with Saliba, which I expect will be Upamecano, is so solid. It could be a set piece. They could play out of the back. I'm going to go with France. They're in my bracket. I did have France to win it all.
Bad person. Very bad person. You know, Spain.
Didn't make me happy, but I had to pick them.
Fair enough. Holland will be making his debut, Norway versus Iraq. Again, this is one of those games that's going to be but it will be interesting to see this Norway team. You guys told me they do the row, which I'm very excited about, and I'm very excited just to see Holland. I think this is a game he could score 4 goals. If that Norway, like, attack and build-up is good, he might just, like, run rampant on Iraq like it's 2000. Never mind.
Could see Nusa getting a big move too. Like, he's the type of guy could pop off in this World Cup and just see some team really wanting to splash the cash on him.
I totally agree. He is an absolute baller. He was close to making a big move a couple summers ago, if you guys remember, but he had back issues, and he ended up just making the move to Leipzig, where he's been cooking right now at Leipzig. So we'll see what happens there. Argentina versus Algeria. So Messi will be making his, I guess, debut for this World Cup. Algeria is no pushover.
Rock Chalk Algeria.
Rock Chalk Algeria. They're staying over in Lawrence, Kansas, and the fans there love them. I think this is actually a really good game for Argentina to start with because it gets them going. You know, they got to get up. They got to get ready for the game. They have to be, like, firing. And I don't know if this is going to be an easy game for them, but this might be like a 2-1 win for them. I can see Algeria putting up a bit of a fight, but I do think Messi and them are just, they're going to be ready for the fight. I think they're excited for this one. What do you guys think?
I got Algeria.
You actually? Or you're just saying that to be different?
No, I honestly think they have a really good shot. Just like Iraq has a really good shot. Just like Senegal has a really good shot. I think out of all of the days that we're going to be going over, Tuesday has the best day for upsets on the table. Like, if this was March Madness, I'm looking at Tuesday as a day where the 8 seed beats the 1 seed, or the 14 seed beats the 5 seed in the round of 32.
Good parlay opportunities.
Ooh.
Yeah, like I truly think Algeria will put up a fight against Argentina. I don't know if they'll outright win it, but I could see them getting a point against Argentina.
Yeah.
I think Argentina is a good team, but we've talked about it where what does their midfield look like? How does some of their how does their defense work? I know that it's basically the same defense they're going to be playing, but this Algeria team is a team that's been playing together for years as well, just like Argentina. Iraq,
I agree. I'm interested to see how Argentina line up.
Yeah, like the Iraq game against Norway, I think Norway on paper has them beat 4-5-0, but I think I could see Norway, it's their first World Cup or all of the players, it's their first World Cup. I think Iraq was at the last World Cup in Qatar, where it's like you're sitting there and you're like, this team has seen the spotlight before. They've been to a tournament of this quality. Norway has not. Some of these guys might not show up. Now, the only issue is Norway has Erling Haaland, so that will prove something. But in general, I think Tuesday is a day where I think upsets could happen. And I'm saying that as Alexander Isak scores. But yeah.
I'm noticing that you didn't mention Martin Odegaard. Anyway, let's move over to Wednesday.
I did notice that.
Well,
too.
we're talking about realistically, like everybody knows, Holland is the whole reason Norway is even in the position they're in.
Yeah, but we mentioned Musa.
I will with Argentina. I do say we're saying it's a similar team, but you could see Nico Paz maybe being an extra X factor for them here, kind of give a little bit of new life to that team.
Yeah, I'd put him in that midfield immediately. Probably take some playmaking off of Messi's, off of his hands too, and let him maybe focus a little bit more about just being a goal threat. Wednesday, we have Portugal versus DR Congo. I mean, I'm going to take Portugal to win, but I cannot wait to see the DR Congo fans. I think I ranked them in my top 3, and they're going to be electric. So, listen, honestly, funny enough, of all the big teams in this tournament, I mean, we've spoken about Brazil, but like the teams I have that I took to go to the semifinal, I think Portugal could have the biggest stinker of them. France, England, Portugal, Spain. And I say this because I think Portugal, again, the defense looks good. The midfield looks good. The front 3 really worries me. You have Rafael Leao punching people. You don't know who you're going to get in João Felix. Cristiano Ronaldo's 40-something years old and washed. I don't
Pedro Neto.
Okay. Wow. I did not expect to hear his name tonight. Just Francisco Trincao. He might ball out too. But I think Portugal will do well, but I'm very curious to see how they look in their opening game against a decent opponent. An opponent that maybe shock them.
Yeah, I think that midfield is just so incredibly elite that I don't think they'll put up a stinker. But Ronaldo honestly did look shaky and rusty in that preseason game. I do worry if they're just too focused on trying to give him that legacy run. But we'll see. He's 100%. Also a footballing legend. Maybe he just pops off.
100%. We also have Uzbekistan versus Colombia that Wednesday. I might sleep through that one. England versus Croatia.
No. Uzbekistan is going to beat Colombia.
Okay. England versus Croatia. Repeat of the 2018 World Cup semifinal. I think England, honestly, we're going to see who Croatia are, but I think Croatia might be a little past it. I hate to say it. I think they might be just a little past it. And I think this England team, I hate to say it, I think Tommy Tuchel, looking back at the decisions, if he lines this team up correctly, I think people are going to be like, damn, he knew what he was doing. It feels a little Pochettino-esque, where it's like he has probably a way he wants to play, and he's just going to do it. And it could go horribly wrong, or you may be like, fuck, they're paying one of the best coaches in the world to do his job properly.
I'm probably one of Tommy Tuchel's biggest fans, supporters, especially in a tournament-based setting. So while I may not have agreed with every pick, I think he may be the bravest man in England. And like you said, when you see him actually play, you're going to see some reasons why he made those selections. Be more interesting to see them in those big games. But Croatia, like you said, it's a rematch. There's some bad blood between the two teams. Kind of a nice group stage game for the fans and a kick off the tournament for those sides.
100%. Pucc, what's your prediction in this one?
I think England win.
You think comfortably?
Yeah, I don't trust Croatia at all.
Yeah. We'll see.
Just a little past it, like Ethan's saying, potentially.
The thing about this Croatia team is I feel like every World Cup, people are like, maybe they're not that good. And I feel like they kind of do perform. So we will see. We will definitely see. And who knows? Tuchel may have got it totally wrong, right? And this England team may look horrible.
didn't they get grouped in the last Euros?
That sounds possibly right.
That's why I'm like thinking the way I am because I think the last one I was like,
Yeah,
wow,
they got
this
grouped.
team is yeah. Who
I
is in
do
their
think
group?
England's another one of
Albania.
those
Oh,
teams where everyone's excited to see that lineup drop and
Yep.
kind of just curious to see which way Tuchel does take this.
Yeah, they in that last Euros, it was Spain, Italy, Croatia, Albania. Italy went through with 4 points, but Croatia drew Italy. They drew Albania, and then they lost to Spain 3-0.
yeah.
So,
I think that was my main reasoning.
yeah,
It's just like even in the most recent edition of a tournament setting, we've seen them just kind of falter.
yep.
So
Ghana versus Panama to round out the day. I think Ghana's going to be able to have an exciting performance here. I don't think this Panamanian team is probably one of the worst in the tournament, honestly, outside of like the mini nations.
I like Ghana for that.
Yeah, I think Ghana will do well. Moving over to Thursday, you have Czechia versus South Africa. This game's going to suck. Czechia should win that one. South Africa just do not look up for it. Mexico versus South Korea. You're getting the fans that love each other so much that are now competing. I'm going to take South Korea, honestly. I was not inspired by that Mexican performance.
I think I would agree with you. Maybe not because wasn't inspired by Mexico's performance, but their best defender got a red card and is out for this game.
That's true, too.
So the fact that that is there, I don't, once again, I'm not the biggest South Korean fan this tournament. I don't think that they're that good of a team. I think
Yeah.
they're really held together by Kim and Sun and the defense and attack. But besides that, I don't really trust any of their guys. Like when you're sitting there and you're like, can't wait to watch Hwang Hee-chan light up the game. You're
Well,
like, all right,
More than
game.
anything, though, King and Lee looked really good in that game, I felt like better than Sonny.
Yeah.
Kangan's
So-
a baller.
Sun,
I might
Sun didn't
actually
have the
teeter
best game
towards
until the second
Mexico
half.
for this. I think
Okay.
Mexico could take this one, continue to ride a bit of vibes before they crash out in the knockouts, but hopefully some Koreans going to make out with some more Mexican women.
Ruby loves love. Switzerland versus Bosnia and Herzegovina. We will see how Switzerland. Well, they drew Qatar, so I mean, I do think it's Switzerland. I think Bosnia are just going to play like again, kind of haram, just throw ins, corners, try and get a result. They could shock somebody, but I think they matched up really nicely against Canada, and I don't think that I feel like Switzerland. I don't know. Maybe it's just in my head. I feel like they're going to be a bigger, more physical team. So I think that they're going to be able to handle it a little bit better than Canada did. Also, Switzerland don't have Jonathan David like unathletic ass running around up top. That was horrible. What do you guys think there, Switzerland versus Bosnia?
I think it could be a draw again.
Yeah, that would be so bad. That group of
Could
life
be
is
a-
just all draws.
Yeah, I also think Bosnia might just take it home. I mean, the Swiss team tying Qatar, who a lot of people were
Bad
basically
luck.
writing off before
Yeah.
the tournament, is a horrendous look. So that was supposed to be the easiest 3 points more than Bosnia in this group. And the fact that you drew that one, like you're at a point where you have to win this one, really.
Yep.
Like a draw does not help. So I could see Bosnia just getting an early goal and sitting deep and even drawing the game. But I would take Bosnia in that one.
Yeah, I mean Bosnia, the fans travel, so you know they're going to be
Yeah.
probably more raucous than the Switzerland fans. So we'll definitely see. And then the final we have here on that Thursday is Canada versus Qatar. Canada, you got to get a result. I need to see my boy Ali Ahmed start the game. I don't want to hear any of this Jonathan David bullshit. Give Kyle Lauren a chance, or Sile Lauren, or however the hell you say his name. And I hope we see Alfonso Davies. He obviously didn't play the last one, so I'm hoping we do get a little Alfonso Davies this tournament.
Good
Yeah,
shout.
I think-
Would love to see Davies on the field, but I agree. I think kind of Canada's chance here to give the home fans something, and I think they will get it done this time.
Yep. Other than that, this has been a long one here for us, but there's a lot of games. This is what we live for. Talking footy, watching the footy, being lucky to be part of the footy, right? Like in the culture and being able to see the people. So very excited for the upcoming week. We will see you guys again on Friday. That being said, class is permanent. Form is temporary. We love you. Enjoy the matches. Watch every single one. Just take it all in. Knicks in 5. See you guys on Friday.